All right, man. We back with another episode of the Coach Tmo Show. As always, I'm Coach C, and that is Coach Tmo. All right, man. Let's get into it, man. We just had the Super Bowl this past Sunday, and the consistency of the game, everybody kind of saying, yeah, Patrick Mahomes played bad, but the O line and D line was what won and lost the game pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles D line played phenomenal, and the Chiefs O line played badly.
Right.
With that, as a coach who's been coaching for a long time, man, how was the importance of the offensive line and defensive line, really, but specifically because we're offensive guys, man? How important is having that offensive line, man? In the game?
I think it could have the game done changed, man. And when the game changed to majority of teams being in the gun, majority of your offensive concepts and schemes are from the gun, that your D line almost kind of dictate the game and kind of, when it comes to a win and loss situation, or is you on script, or is you behind the sticks or above, is you in rhythm. The D line kind of dictates that now, because that's kind of what the game is now. It's almost like in basketball. If you can't shoot the three ball, it's gonna be hard to kind of sustain. Right. You know what I'm saying, on the basketball court, because you can't play the two game all the time. You got to be able to shoot the three ball. And the same thing when it comes to the offensive line, defensive line. Back in about like 91, 92, the D-line didn't kind of dictate the game as much, you know what I'm saying, as they do now, because everything was up on the center. You had to be, it was a 3 downs in a cloud of dust. You may get a play action every now and then, but that came off the run game action. But now, like the D-line, when you can pin your ears back and they're in the gun, you got one back in the backfield, a lot of time I can dictate the game, and you kind of seen the Philadelphia Eagles defensive line kind of dictated the game and made some plays. So that's huge, man. Offensive line is very, very huge. I mean, you got to be able to adjust some things and go to something different.
Right.
I seen, not to say that Osceola Kissimmee was struggling. They didn't struggle, but they won themselves for, I want to say, like a 3-4 year stretch.
Right.
And the first time this year, they went back to the wing T, or the flex bone, not the wing T, because they run the flex. They went to the flex bone. They went to state. Now, West Boca got the best of them, but it's some breaks in that game. Osceola could have won state, and they went to the flex bone and got themselves back, because you can almost equalize some of the defensive line play in the flex bone, because I can read guys, I create more doubles and stuff like that. So you look at that, like you can equalize, but you put Osceola in the gun, you putting so much pressure on the offensive line. You know what I mean? That's a tough position to play, especially to my high school kids. That's a tough position to play.
Yeah, I mean, even when I'm looking at Newman and who was it, Melbourne Catholic, who they lost to, I believe.
Central Clearwater Central Catholic.
Well, yeah,
Clearwater, CCC.
Wherever it was, yeah, CCC,
yeah.
I mean, they were under the center. You know what I'm saying? Almost like a, not necessarily flex bone, but like something like that. You know what I'm saying? But they won that game because of the trenches. You know what I'm saying? I felt like they were, athletically, they probably couldn't just match up with what Newman had, but they got up under center and they had them trenches. I mean, that would help them win the game, man.
Right.
Like, as you grown in the coaching game, I mean, how do you develop and all, like, how do you go about developing offensive line? I mean, obviously, scheme, but like, far as developing guys, like, how do you do that in the high school level?
Me personally, I when I first started coaching, I went to the other side of the ball. I love the defensive back. So a lot of some coaches I coach over the years going to tell you, like, no, he's really one of the best defensive back coaches I've been around. But I kind of, people always, and I was coming up like, no, I want you to coach the offense, coach the offense. And I always thought, like, everybody in the county can design lines. Right. You know what I mean? Everybody can kind of do that, design lines. But when it comes down to understanding the front and understanding the technique, understanding how to develop offensive line, a lot of offense coordinators don't tap into that. They kind of focus on receivers, quarterbacks, running backs, stuff like that, and give somebody else the offensive line.
Right.
I learned a long time ago. I want to say my first maybe 2 or 3 years of coaching, I just started clinicking, learning offensive line play. You know what I mean? I started watching everything offensive line, started clinicking with guys offensive line. I would go to clinic and wouldn't even go into the scheme with concepts. No, I want to find an offensive line coach. You go sit down and have a breakout session, offensive line coach.
Right.
And I did that probably the first 2 or 3 years I was coaching. But after that, I think like the next 5 years, that's all I was doing, learning the offensive line play. And then, obviously, and everybody else know that coach with me, that I coach the offensive line. You know what I mean? That's kind of my deal. That's kind of my niche. I love the offensive line. How I develop offensive line, I kind of start with the base. Like, so what I do is we come out, everything's much, so much power. So for us, it's a sled day every single day. It's a sled day every single day. And I start with feet and I start with hand placement. And we kind of start from that and then we progress to everything else, starts and stands, all those kind of things. And then we progress into everything else when it comes to technique on physical body, when it comes to schemes and stuff like that. It's like later down the line. Mm-hmm. But I kind of start with the fundamentals part, but that's huge, man. Offensive line play, teaching offensive line, that's huge. And we don't get a lot of that here in South Florida. We don't.
No, yeah, I mean, and I kind of went the same way. Like, when I first got a position to be an offensive coordinator. I mean, even before that, when I first moved to doing receivers, I did the same thing. I was looking at offensive line stuff. I was, I'm real intrigued into just X's and O's stuff. Just looking at, okay, why is this guy got a down block? Why is this guy got a kick block? Right. You know what I'm saying? What just what's going on down there? I ain't never know. You know what I'm saying? But once I start looking at it, I'm like, it's interesting to me. Right. Like, just looking at that kind of stuff. So yeah, but I started looking at stuff on YouTube and then went to coaching clinics and then luckily I had this dude named Ronnie Sundeth, who coached with me at Central for a while, who he played at East Carolina with David Garrard. I don't know if you remember David Garrard, played with the Jaguars. Yeah. He was on that team. Whatever. And he sat me down one day and said, listen, man, if you're gonna be coaching offense.
Offensive line.
Oh, he's offensive line, bro. This is like, you know what I'm saying? I know you know a little bit, but this is real offensive line. So that was real beneficial to me. But to the point of the South Florida, like when schools in Nebraska, when they want a receiver, they'll come down here. Yeah. But they're not coming down here for offensive line and everything like that. I do think that's whatever word you want to say to our youth. It starts with our youth level. Like, we don't have a good development on the youth level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just, we got a bunch of receiver coaches. Everybody want to coach receivers. Everybody want to coach running backs. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have no legit offensive line gurus down here in South Florida. You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of hurts when you get to the high school level. Yeah. Because at high school level, when you get into, think about all the low linemen that's here, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of them really played like Little League football? Yeah. Like, none of them. Like,
and that's how I really judge the success of an offense coordinator or a program in general. Is your guys going off and playing college football as an offensive line or as an offensive lineman. I just think like it's not fun. It's like the old school, right? When you had basketball, you didn't want to go down there and teach the big man with their back against the goal. You want to go teach the point guard how to do certain things. I think that's the same thing like with the offensive line. Like, it's for me to go out there and get this ball and throw the ball all over the park and have fun and do all the dance out to catch touchdowns and 7-on. So it's easy for a skill guy to develop in the offseason because everybody want to do 7-on-7. So everybody want to go out there and do that. But who's grabbing these bigs? You see what I'm saying? Who's grabbing the bigs? And one of the biggest thing that's telling for us, I would say, look at Palm Beach Lakes, before we arrived. Look at the year before we arrived. Look at the offensive line play. And then look at the offensive line play last two years. The offensive line play going to be much better. Now, can we match up to every team that's we've been? No, we have not. But we have scheduled like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a situation that, because we go schedule some in the bottom half teams of the county, it could look completely different. Right. But, and some of our games in the schedule show you that. We play teams at the bottom half, we scoring half 100. But we play teams that we got obviously got bigger kids than us right now, last 2 years, and got, probably a better skill set on their defensive line play, then it don't look like that. But if you still see technique, you still see effort, you kind of still see what they're trying to do, you see the technique of what we're talking about when it comes to the offensive line play. And, that's big, man. If you can get the offensive line. I always tell people all the time, I say this all the time, being able to coach offensive line is like having an ESC certification. You'll always have a job. You know what I mean? You can go coach. You know what I mean? You can go coach in any state in America. True. If you can know how to coach the offensive line. That's like an ESC certification. You always got a job in ESE.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, so I always say that. You got to be able to coach the offensive line because you're always going to keep yourself a job. You know what I mean? Because you can coach offense all you want to. But I promise you go and tell somebody when you walk on somebody's camera and say, "Oh, no, I coach the offensive line," you hired. Just like that. They don't want to. You on the board, coach? No, I care less about all that. You coach offensive line, right? Yes, you hired. You know what I'm saying? So just like an ESC certification. Well,
No, that's, I didn't even think about it like that, but that is true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as far as before we transition off the offensive line stuff, but is the offensive line, like, is that the hardest position to play on the field, you feel like? Or is that
I think so, man. I just think it's tough. You know what? I don't think it has to be, but I think just the new modern football, yes, it is. Because now it's just that. Now, okay, college and NFL, like, either you draft for that position or you recruit for that position, right?
Mm-hmm.
High school, for the most part, you kind of getting what you got, right? We make it hard because we got the quarterback in the gun. We in 10 personnel, we in 11 personnel, right? With the guy in the gun, which makes it so difficult for the offensive line. Really, the easy part of the offensive line, and I will argue this to my dying day, is that if you put those guys in the flex, pro eye, wing, whatever it may be, the offensive line plays a lot easier in that because a lot of time they're creating doubles or I'm reading the guy, right? It's a little bit more different.
Mm-hmm.
And things hit quicker. And if I got a dog at a 3 technique, we run trap, right? If you got a strong 9 or a strong side in or 5, whatever it may be, I can read him on triple option.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I got an aggressive backside 5, I can run rocket and come back on counter. You know what I mean? To kind of slow that down. So like wing and flex and stuff like that, it equalizes all that. You know what I mean? But when we talking about 10 personnel and the guys in the gun, that's a lot of pressure up here. You see what I'm saying? Because I know right now, I ain't gonna have no help. I may have slide on this 5, but hell, I slide too many steps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, it's very, very tough. And not just that, center play, to be able to snap 100% and be able to step to a shade, snap, step to a 3, those kind of things. Some guys I see now even pulling their centers. They snapping and pulling.
Man, you got one of them.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's very, very difficult for the offensive line with the new modern football because that's like one-on-one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's like a DB guard and receiver out here. So you got to go in some. Now these guys on the defensive line is 210, 205, athletic. Those are safeties and linebackers back in the days. Those guys now playing D-line ain't got a fast twitch. So that's very, very tough on offensive line play today. But those guys, they getting better at it. You know what I mean? They definitely getting better at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's kind of like what we was talking about there. I think 75% of the time in the offensive line going against the defensive line, they're going to be athletically, deficient.
Yes.
To that defensive lineman. Yes. I mean, looking at Josh Sweat and all the guys that was balling on Sunday. Man. I mean, 6'6", 260, 270.
All LeBron.
Come on, man. LeBron.
LeBron kind of bodies.
Right, running 4.5.
That's what they're getting.
You know what I'm saying? They just coming. And they pin their airbacks and they
now put Josh Sweat and play against the old Wisconsin, the old Stanford, the old Penn State. Right. He'll struggle. Right. Because he the same size as most tight ends. True. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna base that 9, and then if they ain't basing them, they're gonna block down and want him to spill. They're gonna come so tight and be trapping that shoulder the entire game. By the time you get the second and third quarter, that shoulder go. You know what I'm saying? Because you got these boys 6'6", 315, 320 pulling around there. But it's a different game that he's playing now. You see what I'm saying? So I think the game now helps Josh Sweat out. A guy can be a LeBron kind of size and just kind of get up the field like that. Definitely. So the game is a little bit more different now.
Yeah, I mean, with the guys on the youth level, any youth coach, looking at this, man, guys, spend time developing your offensive line, man. Get a job. Spend time developing just as far as offensive scheme, line play, understanding the terminology, and just and investing in big guys. Like, as I look at last year with us, right? I don't know, did any of our linemen play Little League football? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Doubt it.
What was I saying? Like,
I doubt it. Yeah.
Like, the cats don't play Little League football.
There's a couple of them ain't play here. I mean, they ain't played till the last couple of years here. Right. You see what I'm saying? When we came, Bowden played when we got here.
Like, and when I look at all these parks, I mean, every high school, they had some receiver, some DB, some running back that played at a park, or Wells, or Gardens, or Delray. But not every school had a guy of offensive line who played Little League. Right. And I think there definitely needs to be a change. I know there's a weight limit down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a guy's so big he can't play, or he got to play up. You know what I'm saying? So you got an 8-year-old got to play with the 12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Just because he's big don't mean
that was some of it. Yeah.
I mean, that's some of it. But so I think it's definitely got to be a something down there. Some little league coach got to really take advantage of the offensive line play in the youth.
And then a lot of times too, when they're in middle school, because most linemen they're gonna have some height on them. when they have height, they push them on the basketball court. You see what I'm saying? So that kills some of that too. So now you pushing that kid to go play basketball. And I think you kind of kill them from even learning. Because now if I got a kid who's 6 foot, maybe 240 in middle school, we think because we coaches, we thinking, boy, come play football.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But a middle school coach telling and an AAU coach, hey man, come play basketball. Because you'll be my center in basketball. And so they kind of gravitate to that till they get almost like the 8th grade, 9th grade. They meet one of somebody like us.
Right.
Hey boy, come play tackle for us. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of when they first started looking into football like that. So I just think like that's a missing piece. And that's like you said, it's a South Florida thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I could argue even up North Florida, there's some big boys up there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Big boys up there. I remember we was at Central with Tino and we used to like, Tino, why are we going to play Palm Bay?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We want to play a spread team. We want to play 10 personnel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't want to play with me. And then we were like, we got to go play up there in Palm Bay.
Up there in Palm Bay,
oh
yeah.
My God. And that guy I don't know the coach's name, but the coach that won state with them years or whatever, back in 2000, he was there. Yeah. And he just running wing T stuff. You know what I mean? And they would shift to it. I mean, they would shift to a 3-man surface, you know, tackle, tight end. So it was all to that side. And if you don't adjust right, then you do adjust, they come back the other way. So it was like, man, I was like, why are we playing them people? You know what I'm saying? Let's go play somebody. I don't care if we play Booker T. Washington. I'd rather play them. Don't want to play that. So I just think like, you know, when you're able to develop offensive line, man, you know, you make the game a little easier. Definitely do.
Yeah, no, I mean, even like I don't know if you remember in the Final Four last year, the NC State was in there, I believe, and they had that big ad. They had that big.
Oh yeah.
Had that big old.
That was last year.
Had that big old dude.
Like Zach Randolph a little bit.
Yeah, he was a big old cat like that. He playing overseas somewhere basketball.
Oh, okay.
He could be on the NFL field right now. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like somebody didn't get to him early enough.
Right.
Hold on, bro. Like, you can make millions.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, him. I think Big Baby would have been.
Come on, man.
He went to LSU, right?
Yeah, he went to LSU.
Would have been the dog. Yeah,
come on, man. He could have went down there and went crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. Definitely agree with that.
But yeah, now definitely needs to be. Yeah. Okay. Even so, speaking of basketball with big guys, like who was the last Division I basketball player? Or can you think? I don't say who left, but can you think of a Division I basketball player from Palm Beach County of the recent years? Like
I know Trent went out of Wellington.
Like what school he went to?
Illinois.
He went to Illinois. Okay.
Yeah, I think he might have set every Illinois point record or whatever. He went. I think before that had to be Jacoby Brissett. But he didn't go for basketball.
Yeah, he didn't go. He played football,
right?
Yeah.
He went to Florida?
He went to Florida, yeah.
He went to Florida. Okay,
yeah.
So he never played basketball, right?
No.
Okay, but I know he was getting recruited.
And that was 2011, 14 or something like that.
So Trent went.
And it was getting a cat from Newman, Scott something.
But he transferred. Okay. He didn't finish at Newman.
Okay, right.
He went somewhere else. Trent had to be the last one then out of Wellington. I don't think because Marvell didn't finish. Marvell ended up leaving Benjamin going somewhere down, you know. So he didn't. Scotty Bowens didn't. So it got to be Trent, bro. I can't think. Oh no, the kid from Suncoast just left, went somewhere. They had a big man last year.
Yeah.
At Suncoast.
Okay.
But he did go somewhere.
I don't remember what he was.
Yeah, I can't remember where he went. But that kid went somewhere.
But you can never. But if I name a player any school, you could name somebody who went D1.
Yeah.
Off that thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, we don't. No. Basketball.
Basketball, Palm Beach County. You know what I'm saying? In the state in general.
And then the biggest thing is they don't. Even when you get Palm Beach County just focused though, they don't stay. So if a kid that nice, like division, he's not gonna finish high school ball here in Palm Beach. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can say I get credit to Sunco. They kept that kid for 4 years, whatever. Mm-hmm. He was there. But they typically don't stay here like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think when I came out, Jack Emanuel did it. Yeah. Going to North Carolina. But Jackie never played no football. He just only played basketball.
Right.
But football and basketball are two different things. And then you try to tell them that like a lot of the times, like with some of the kids, like basketball dreams I hoop. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I knew football was my ticket.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So basketball dreams are they kind of fade out the 8th grade,
right?
Because you kind of see like, okay, I ain't finna be 6'6". You see what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
So if I ain't finna get the 6'6" mark, like I'm kind of working my way into something else now. But I really don't. It's kind of, and it's hard to even tell kids that because they come up so young playing AAU basketball, right. and they so locked in on I'm gonna be a basketball player. I'm a hooper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll tell you that. I'm a hooper, coach. All right, okay. You know what I'm saying?
How long that's gonna last?
Right, you know what I mean? But I just think at the end of the day, like, you know, my nephew, right, came up, you know, he'll tell you that, I'm a hooper. 8th grade, 7th grade, I'm a hooper. We got to about that 8th grade, close to that summer or whatever. Nephew, come out here, put your hand in the dirt, and I promise you're going to go play Division I football. And he got smart, and he just used basketball for fun, playing at Oregon State right now. You see what I'm saying? So he had to get it to the point of understanding, like, nah, come put your hand in the dirt. And we started with him in 8th grade. Q started a little earlier, Nato we started a little earlier, but with him, we started like with, you know, pretty much 8th grade with him. Like, come, you know, he was already tall.
Right.
Man, come put your hand in the dirt, learn the defensive end position, and you're going to play, you know, God bless my brother, but he had that vision for him. Come put your hand in the dirt, come play football. You're going to be off playing Division I football, you know, you're playing Division I football sometime. And then, like I say right now, he's probably coming back. Number 1 starter on Oregon State defensive line.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he could have easily kept with that basketball dream. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you know, and I get it because you know you're young, you're not getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like I'm just, you know,
you're in the gym.
Yeah, I'm in the gym. I just, you know what I'm saying? Ain't have no sun. Ain't worry about, you know, coaches. You know, the basketball coaches and football. Well, you know, obviously some crazy basketball coaches, but for the most part, most of the crazy cats is on that field out there yelling and screaming. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not like, most of them ain't. You know, you ain't yelling as many in the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? But like, I always look at like, especially down here in Palm Beach, don't nobody come down here to recruit. Like they don't come down for basketball. They don't come down here to recruit for basketball. Like, so by the time, I mean, if you ain't by the time I look at it, if you 9th grade, if you ain't got no Division I in 9th grade, by the time you're 9th grade, you probably not going.
I mean, look at it. So we just got out of January. On Twitter, how many times? Thank you for visiting my campus. Thank you, Syracuse. Thank you, Florida State, for coming. When do you see that for basketball?
Never, none. Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Not one.
You don't see them visiting the campus, walking around, talking to guys. You don't see that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure they have it in New York. I'm sure they have it in LA. I'm sure, you know.
Chicago, all that. You know all that. North Carolina.
They don't come down here and walk around campus with coaches and stuff like that. I know basketball coaches that be like, man, like, football coach, they come down here, they walk around school, they do all this, right? And motivating the football player, but they don't do it for basketball. So you're definitely right. I don't hear about nobody. That's why I said Jacoby Brissett for football, because for basketball, because I remember going to a gym Lake Worth was playing against. It was Lake Worth versus the Wire when Jacoby Brissett was in high school, and I seen Roy Williams from North Carolina in the gym, right, in Lake Worth. You know how Lake Worth sits. Yeah. You know what I mean? To see Roy Williams sitting in the hole, you know what I mean? Lake Worth sit right in it. Right in the hole. You see what I'm saying? Big old hole. Right. And to see Roy Williams in the gym, and Lake Worth gym don't even go up like that. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's true. But to see Roy Williams in the gym at Lake Worth, I was like, man, that was, that was eye-popping to me. Like, okay, Jacoby Brissett must be real deal on this basketball court for Roy Williams to sit up in here. You know what I mean? So that was cool to see, though.
Like I said, that was 2011, 12, around there, something like that. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
over a decade ago.
I don't think it's been no big time.
No, I haven't seen
college coach.
Tyler Perry. I ain't seen.
Nothing.
I
Nobody.
ain't never seen. What's the one from Michigan State? I never seen.
Damn, what is his name?
Yeah, I ain't never seen. I ain't never heard him bite the bend down here. None of that.
None of that. I mean, but Norvell flew in here last week. Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I said it's different. It's different, man.
Helicopter in last week.
Football, man, it drives it down here, man.
Yeah, I mean, it just guys like, and and not to just disparage basketball, but at the same time, like if you're in Palm Beach, and again, this is Coach C saying it's not Coach Tmo, but if you're in Palm Beach and you like 6'2", 6'3", get off the basketball court and come straight to the football field, bro. Like, cause Kyrie is how tall? About 6'2" 6'3".
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
he got to be around that.
He about 6'2". Yeah. How many niggas is walking on earth who could do what Kyrie could do?
Kyrie got a string on that ball. He got a string.
Steph Curry is 6'3", 6'4", something like that.
Can shoot it out the bathroom.
He is a different, he has a different superpower.
Generation. And he also got the handle,
and he got the crazy handle. He got to hit crazy handles. You know what I'm saying? But how many 6'4" guys can do that?
No.
You know what I'm saying? But if you 6'4" on like and you look at NBA games, Steph Curry looks small.
Yeah, he does.
But he really is 6'4". Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He looks small like that.
He'll be a 5 in most schools down here.
Right? Yeah, come on. You play Steph Curry right now. We play center.
He'll play center. I ain't got nobody else, Steph. You gotta go down there and bang. Yeah, you still can shoot on offense. But on defense, you gotta be in the middle of the 2-3.
Right. Come on, man.
I ain't got nobody else that height. So it's different.
And so, so then you got other guys in NBA, point guards are 6'7", 6'8".
Mm-hmm.
You got a nigga like LeBron, 6'8", carrying the ball, handling the ball. I mean,
any back in the day, we're bringing it down.
Come on, 6'7". Like, come on. Like, it just, might get it. Basketball is a little cooler. You know what I'm saying? You don't sweat as much. Get off the court, man. It's because at 6'4", you a giant out there on the football field. At 6'2", I'll talk Tmo. 6 foot, at least one.
Yeah, 6 foot, 6'1".
He look long out there on the football field. Yeah. Especially when you put him at corner.
Right. He look long. Right.
He look long out there. Like, dang, Tizadi look long out there. Like, he but 6'1", 6'2", you know what I'm saying? It did different out there. But
yeah, it definitely is.
And the basketball players, man, y'all need to go in.
Mike, 5'10", 5'11". Mike look like
he look long like
freshman.
Right. He look long like that. That's true. That is true. Mike do like that. Yeah. Now, so in this meeting that we had the other day, I thought you touched on an interesting topic, man. I think I posted a clip earlier about mending nets, man. You know, touch on that, man. What do you mean mending nets?
So the biggest thing with kids nowadays, they don't like. This is what I say to them, right? Like, if football is your number one thing, like you think about football, like football is that, right? To you, you have to always take care of that first, right? So when I'm not doing something, if I'm not on the field on a Friday night, I'm doing something to repair those nets. So like that fisherman, like if I can't go out on the sea, right? So when the fisherman can't go out there on the sea, he back wherever he lives at or whatever he got going on, and he's putting his nets back together. So for when he go out and fish the next day, he's prepared, he's ready to go. So he always in preparation to what he need to get taken care of. What I'm saying is, when we came up, we was always outside.
True.
So we always, even if we didn't know we was doing that, we always repairing our nets, because what we're doing outside, we playing hide and go seek. I mean, the entire neighborhood. Right. So you gotta go to the entire neighborhood and look for this, we could be up in trees, we could be anywhere, right? So, but we're climbing trees, we're jumping gates, we're walking to friends' house, we studying condition. Right. I mean, literally, we walking, like, where you finna go? I finna walk over to Fish Creek. Right. Like now? Like, yeah. I'm walking with you. Right. So we're walking to a whole nother project. Right. You know what I'm saying? And when we get over there, you may have to jump a fence, because on 3rd Street is this dog. Right. And she ain't got no gate. So how about we jump the gate on 4th Street and cut through 5th Street and gotta go around. So we doing all this stuff, right? So we when I used to come up, we used to shoot marbles all day in bed. We used to make sling shots and shoot lizards with sling shots. Right. And I mean, we did so much stuff to repair those nets that when we got to football, those muscles that we got them from doing other stuff. Right. You see what I'm saying? So these kids today, this kills me, right? I always felt everybody can throw a football. It's just me personally, right? I was saying this today. Everybody can throw a football because it's the first thing you do. Right. So you always had a quarterback because everybody can throw. Everybody can throw. Right? Everybody can catch. The kids today specialize so much. And I don't want to knock these kids for doing what they're doing. Right. But when I see kids, and in every program, not just here Lakes, but when I see kids literally got a trainer, and that trainer is specializing that one position all day long. He's not working no other muscles. Right. So if I'm a linebacker, I got a linebacker trainer, and I'm doing linebacker stuff from the time I'm 11 years old to my senior year in high school. I'm learning linebacker technique, right? And I feel personally that stunt the kid growth. Yeah. Athleticism wise, it stunt their growth, right? If I'm in the 6th grade, let me just go be a kid. I'm gonna go do everything else. When I play football. But I want to go play basketball. I want to go play baseball. I want to go outside and do flips. Right. We out there flipping all day. I want to go climb trees. I want to go do so much other stuff and have fun. And so when I go play football at a little league, I go play football then. But I'm doing everything else year round. I'm doing that 7th grade. I'm doing that 8th grade. I'm probably doing that in 9th grade. I get about 10th grade, then I start, okay, I'm going to start specializing a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me start working on that technique a little bit more. But I'm a little way better than the kid who's been specializing for the last 18 years because he don't have the same twitch I have.
Right.
Because I've been doing everything else. You see what I'm saying? That's why college coaches keep saying they want multi-sport athletes.
Right.
They keep saying that.
Mm-hmm.
But we keep saying the same thing. No, man, you need to be out here training with me. College coaches saying this. I want multi-sport athletes because they want different muscles work. You know what I mean? They want that. I'm telling you, look at some of these guys who are like just killing it right now in their sport. They're multi-sport athletes.
Right.
They're not specializing in one thing. So those guys who multi-sport athletes outside doing certain things, they're repairing their necks the entire time. They're not just sitting there and I'm not focused on one part of the job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting here just focused on the hook on the line.
Right.
I'm repairing everything.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now when I go out there, I got the whole toolbox to catch the fish. You see what I'm saying? So when those kids be at home, I just feel like they ain't doing it. They on the video game.
Oh my God.
They on their phones. They chilling. They comfortable. And a lot of times that's on us as parents because we provide everything for them. You see what I'm saying? So we provide everything for them. Why I need to be out there doing all that, Daddy?
Right.
You telling me to go outside for what?
For what?
And if I do go outside, I'm gonna find some shade and be on my phone.
If it's
you see what I'm saying? So even I push him outside, I'm gonna find the shade tree. I'm still right here. I'm just what I be doing in the house, I'm gonna be doing outside.
Oh, yeah, right.
They ain't out here playing. You see what I'm saying? So they ain't doing none of that kind of stuff. So when I'm talking to the kids at our meeting, the 87, 88 kids we had in there, I'm telling them, like, what are you doing? What are you doing in the off season that you repairing your nets? What are you doing? You on the phone, you doing all the other stuff, you hanging out, you going to the movies, you doing all this stuff. Friday night, easy for you, bro. Mm-hmm. Monday, that's easy for you, because guess what? From 3 to 5:30 or 6, we got you, right? So you got to do what we telling you to do in here. But on your own, bro, what are you doing? And that's kind of what I was leaning towards, telling them, what are you doing to repair your nets? And a lot of times they're not doing anything because that's the new generation, right? I'm telling you right now, the kid who got the struggle, a lot of times the kid who's going to survive and kind of make it to that point.
Right.
These kids don't have a lot of the kids don't have the struggle. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that kind of struggle. So, and because they don't have that kind of struggle, they just think, I got these dreams and goals. You know why they be saying that crazy stuff? Because they look on their phones
and they see,
and they seeing Alabama, they seeing Michigan, they seeing UCLA, they seeing all these different schools, and they saying it to you like, Coach, I'm going to UCLA when I get in 12th grade. Son, come on, man. Like, what we talking about, bro?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like, I'm like, man, go to class, man. You know what I mean? I ain't even had that conversation because I know you're not doing this all the time to even get to that point. Because when you start talking about certain schools, you talking about they recruiting worldwide, right? They recruiting worldwide. I got to know who you are. You got to be doing something way different than all these people I've been pass here in San Diego, all the athletes in Oakland, Seattle, Washington, to get all the way down here to Florida,
right.
Mississippi, Texas. I got to go through all these states to even get to you.
Get down
so why UCLA? Why USC? Why are they coming down here?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we don't get a lot of kids to even leave because they don't think to come down this far.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I just think like you got to have some struggle, man. I was watching something the other day because Miami Central moved on from their coach and they got another coach now. And the previous coach was putting some stuff up on he put some stuff up on Twitter, and it was like a little documentary. And he started talking in the documentary about what they don't got at Miami Central. And they was winning at that level. Right. They practice as a struggle. They don't have good grass on the ground. They got dirt kids running through. Right. They don't have field lights. They have to rent lights for the field. Coach said, we don't record practices. You see what I'm saying? We don't record practices. So it's like, man, like he provided. So I'm not saying those kids got struggling. They don't, whatever it may be. But he provided that through his practice.
It's different struggle that they got as far as what they got up there.
We ain't finna record no practice. We ain't finna put we could put grass. We ain't putting no grass down there. Right. Figure it out. So for me, it's like, I get it. That's the struggle part. You see what I'm saying? So that's when you talking about repairing your nets. You see what I'm saying? That's the struggle part. That's boring to the kids. Man, repairing nets is boring because I'd rather go to the movies. I'd rather go, and that's kind of what the whole conversation was. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a blend of both. You know, part of my childhood was in Berg Lake, part of my childhood was in Palm Beach. And I knew the two different lives. You see what I'm saying? When I was over here, hey man, I can see how y'all get kind of lazy with it.
Right.
Man, I can go to the beach. At that time, we had the mall. I can go to the mall. I can do, you know what I mean? I can do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? The Everglades, it wasn't that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It wasn't that much stuff you had access to. So I can see the two different things of that. So I understand from both sides of it. I know it's an easy way to get trapped into that. And you can say it to you blue in the face. You know what I'm saying? I got boys myself. Right now, how much I gotta preach that? Like, bro, like telling you, like, man, the mentality got to be different.
That's a daily conversation in my house.
It got to be different, bro. Like, but then you could say it all day long, but while you talking to them, man, you got to be different, man. You got to grind. But guess what? The AC running, cool in here. Mama in there cooking. You know what I'm saying? You talking to me, I'm thinking about some toilet, but that food smells good enough. But it's cold in here. I got PlayStation over there. I got Xbox over there. I got my phone. I got all of this going on. And I hear you telling me this, but this ain't struggle right here.
Right.
This is good. You see what I'm saying? So if this struggling, I'll take this. You know what I'm saying? So they don't understand that part. And then as a parent, you're not going to be able to provide. You don't want to provide that.
Right.
Like, no, I want to give you better, bro. I don't want to give you what I had. You know what I'm saying? And so you got to kind of look at both sides of that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of, I don't want to provide a struggle for them. But then if I talk about struggle, I can talk to them blue in the face. I don't understand it. That's like somebody coming in here in a third world country trying to tell us, hey, man, y'all need to not flush the tissue in the toilet. Because you go to certain third world country, you can't put tissue in the toilet.
Do that. Right.
You see what I'm saying? I went to Peru not too long ago. You can't put tissue in the toilet. No. You can't, it's certain things you can't, they look at you like you crazy. Like, nah, man, you can't do that over here, man. You know what I'm saying? But what we do over here is like, you know what I mean? It's leisure. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying to like a lot of the kids, like the same thing I'm saying to them is like, you have to find a way to have that you gotta be self-motivated to repair your nets all the time. Don't get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I try to always put another kid in front of another kid, you know, for them to understand why that kid worked the way he worked. I know a lot of those, 99% of my kids, I'm only saying 99% because maybe 1% just kind of joined the football team, but 99% of my kids in the program, I know their life story. Like I know what they're coming from. So when I'm in practice talking to certain kids, I'm saying, I'm talking to the team, like, you'll understand why he worked the way he worked. Right. If you understood his story. You see what I'm saying? If you understood his story, you understand why he worked how he worked. A lot of kids don't get that. And I told kids last year, understand who he is. Go talk to him and figure out what that struggle is. Right. If you go figure out what that struggle is, then you'll understand why that kid done ran 100 routes today. They ain't finna stay out the practice and run 100 more. Right. Yeah. As a ninth grader. But if you understand that kid pathway, and I'm saying this kid gonna be a Division I guy. And I'm saying, when they walk through the door, you see it. You understand it. You know the work ethic. And you see it.
He had a look on his face. Everything was different.
No smiling, no playing in practice, no nothing. And he works. You see what I'm saying? And this year round, this kid is left foot, running track, whatever. No, he's got it.
Every weekend he out there with Coach Emu. Every weekend.
I'm telling you, man. What I'm saying, and it's no knock to what no other kid is doing and no other program, none of that kind of stuff like that. When kids walk through the door, you understood. When we had Spot, you understood when Spot walked through the door. Right. Now, you're not saying Spot going to lead none of that, but you understand the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? You understand why he goes so hard the way he goes. You see what I'm saying? And some of them just talk about it, man. If I got a phone up and you recording me the entire time, I'm doing a route and all that stuff like that, that's not serious to me. Right. Or if you prop your phone and you go run something and you come back and post, boy, your boy grinding out here. that don't do nothing for me. You should be so tired, bro. You ain't got no phone to be posting no stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna see it on a Friday night, or I'm gonna see it on a Tuesday when we get to practice. Right. But I always say, man, you gotta have that kind of struggle, and you gotta have that kind of football is tough, man. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. You gotta have something to motivate you to do this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just think now and I'm talking about from our county now, you know. Dave Brown, you know, they're Central Florida a little bit right now. They kind of Jacksonville kind of got. Yeah. But when I look around our county, like, because we said the last episode that we just started naming how many kids through that era that was kind of coming out of this thing, whatever. I just think we got a lot of our kids are comfortable. You see what I'm saying? And that was the whole big piece I talked about when it came down to you telling the kid he got a verbal non-committable off from the school, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So now you just verified, like for him, you know, hey, I'm comfortable and I got off. You see what I'm saying? I'm comfortable. Bro, your off season should be so uncomfortable. It should, like the way you work in your off season should be so uncomfortable. It should, like somebody should look at you work out and look how you approach this thing and say, man, you crazy, bro. Like you gotta make it, bro. You crazy. Like this is like it shouldn't take all this.
It's like you almost gotta have a delusion. Like you gotta be a little bit delusional.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm finna like, I'm trying to get the Alabama. If you have Alabama dreams, Miami dreams, or whatever dream, you gotta be delusional.
You got to.
And you gotta have the workout to match it.
You got to.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of, like you said, I think a lot of kids today have that delusional mindset, but don't have that crazy work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll be telling my son, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I told him there, you understand this. I'm a coach at Lakes, but like you're behind gonna sit the bench, like for 4 years. Like, I'm trying to win. I'm gonna love you off the field,
right?
But on the field, like you're saying, like you gotta be working all the time.
And then you know, you guys around, and you guys know my mindset when it comes to do. I just. Y'all deal with them, bro. I'm hot. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain things that if your approach to the game and how I think it should be, you know what I mean? Because you know you're gonna see this, you know, next year. But you know you're a father as well as the coach. It's kind of like, oh my God, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very tough. Than me coaching a kid that's not my biological son.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like that's definitely. I think one of the toughest battles because again, when you're trying to set the pathway to understand, like, no, you gotta understand the struggle in this, man. It's not, you can't be comfortable in this. This is tough, man. Like this ain't no easy. You gotta be working out all the time.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? And the mindset of it is, like you said, you gotta have it. You gotta be insane. You gotta be. Because at times, bro, I would come out here. You know, this is a short story, but I would come out here to Lakes. This had to be like my junior year going into my senior year. And I just remember this like running routes against ghosts. So I would come out by myself, right? And you know, in my imagination, the ball is inside, my inside foot is up. And I would run the one route, the stop route, 5 different times, 5 different ways. Slant the same thing, out the same thing, curl the same thing, come back the same thing, dig the same thing, corner the same thing, post the same thing. Fade the same way. Well, in my mind, I'm envisioning somebody guarding me. Right. So if I ran the route, I felt like, he'd have been on me on that one. Right. Then I'll go again. I'm not by myself. You know, we ain't have cell phones back then. I wish I would have had it to show you how insane I look. Right. Talking to myself about, like, he would have guarded me on that one. Like, now I gotta have a better release this time because he jammed me up. You see what I'm saying? And then I would work that release that time, like just having that kind of thought process to prepare me in my mind for my senior year. You see what I'm saying? So I look at kids now, they go out there, see, they do one-on-ones. I think they run maybe 85 go routes. Ain't nobody ran a route yet.
Nah, they won't.
Everybody ran the go. And this is the surprising part to me. The DB get beat. You know they finna run the ball.
Nah, ain't nobody ran a slant,
no,
a comeback, a dig,
no routes.
a out, a nothing.
I came in here my freshman year was 1997 or 98, I believe. The year Mike them left. I came out here in the summer. It was 100 and some people out here. It wasn't that 800 building at Palm Beach Lake. It was a field right there. I came out here. It was 100 people on that field out there working out. No coaches, right? I came in the summer. I go out there. Because I came from Little League with a little name, you know, also he from Big Lake, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm coming late. And I go out there. You had Vernon Doge out there. You had Kenneth Solomon. You had Ricardo Harrell. You had all them boys out because someone was going to college. And someone was leaving that fall to go to college. And I had some was coming back. And they all was out there. Stanker. I mean, they all out there. And I go out there. So I'm up my time because we be doing one-on-ones, right? So I go up. Nervous all out there. These are, back in the day, they looked grown. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So I go out there, you know, I call the ball. Hey man, I'm finna go run the ball. So I go run the ball. I caught the ball. I'm happy. Kenny Solomon pulled me and said, hey, come here, Jit. Hey, what up? He said, hey, man, everybody out here can run the bomb. Everybody. I want to see a route. I don't want to see no bomb, man. No more bombs, no. Run a route. He said, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. He ran a stop, go, stop. I have never seen it in my life until that time.
Right.
A stop, go, stop. He ran 3 steps, sided down, pushed him off again like another 4 or 5 steps and sided down again. The DB like bailed, think he's going to stop and go, caught the ball, got out the field. I said, oh my God. He played high school last year?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, man. I was like, oh man, I gotta work on routes. Because you know, when you come out, you just run the ball. Man, since he told me that day, when I was in high school, that's all I did. Routes. I just wanted to run routes. I tell kids today, they go out on the field, they run 100 bomb. But I don't want to see a bomb. I don't want to see that at all. Show me a route. You know what I mean? Show me your route. And then when after you run your route, come talk to me about your route.
Right.
How many steps you had on that swing? You know what I mean? He was playing you inside. Did you stack? Did you send him outside first and throw by? Or, I mean, how you got to that? How you got back inside? Show me something. Show me your out. Show me your Omaha. Show me that you're not breaking down on your out. You speeding out that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I just like that part of the game that kids they missing that. You see what I'm saying? They missing that kind of stuff because they do one-on-ones. They run a go route. Even in 707 now, I went to the Florida Fire, Duke playing for the Florida Fire thing. I go out there. Man, it's comical, man, when they running out there, man.
Goals and
bro, I'm looking at this stuff, man, and some people, you know, I'm like, man, some of y'all coach.
Yeah.
Man, what y'all, like, come on, man, how these kids getting better just running that kind of stuff out here? They just running, I'm talking about literally, bro, just running down the field.
Run down
even if it's 4th and 1, man, make that man run the route, man.
Goals and posts. Right.
It's 4th and 1, boy, turn around where the center be and caught the ball for a 4th down. Crazy. I'm like, man, no, man, put the man on the route. Even I understand that you just need the 1st down. I get all that. But what I'm saying is, it's still a part of them, you teaching them. You see what I'm saying? It's still a part of a workout. Man, let these kids run a route. Let the man cover a route. I can't cover you running. You at the X position. You didn't go in motion. You at the X position. You run a drag route from the X to the other side of the field. I'm passing that once. I'm passing that anyway. Right,
supposed to be passing.
The DB is chasing this dude all the way.
Right,
come on,
because on the defense, this was the part of the 707. Like I said, I don't like. Right, so when it comes to defense, they're not practicing out there, so they don't practice during the week anyway. So it's hard to put in. Game, so you can't put coverages in.
No.
So nobody learning to cover 2 or cover 3. Not some stuff you can't run a 7-7 anyway, but you're not running any coverages.
No.
It's only man.
It's only man.
It's hot. It's 100 degrees out there, and this man ran a goal, drag, a post, another post, another goal, another like.
It's crazy.
So of course I'm gonna get beat. You know what I'm saying? I can't pass nothing off because the other person on the side, he don't know to come off.
Listen, man.
No communication.
When I say go back to repairing, you always gotta be repairing your nets, man. You gotta always be working towards something that you want to be. Because when you get to college, guess what? Ain't no Florida Fire, ain't no South Florida Express, ain't no Def Con. We got some in Palm Beach. Where the Palm Beach teams are?
Yeah. Public Enemy or whatever.
Right, those guys. So ain't none of that. When you get to college, you can't sign up for 707 and go do that. You see what I'm saying? And then when you do go out there and work PRPs, player ran practices, you are doing scheme. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. I tell you for a fact with Coach Jones, you on the practice field, they sitting up there in the thing. They watching the whole practice. Now, they can't be on the field teaching you anything during that time, quote unquote. But they watching everything you're doing down there. And in many of y'all at that field, you come into that facility, they talking about everything you just did down there. And they record everything you're doing down there. So they watching. You doing concepts. So you're not out there doing what you want to do. You got to know how to work within the college system. You can't go out there and just say, I'm just going to run around the field out here. And that's why also I say this. The 707 with the AAU teams, and they're not AAU, wherever they are, traveling teams.
Yeah, traveling team,
They fun and cool. They are that. They fun. It's like playing AAU basketball. They are fun and cool. So if you're not too much doing that at your high school, go out there and do something. That is kind of repairing that, because you're not in the house yet chilling. So you're doing something. I get that. But if your high school team doing something, and we don't have the issue here at Palm Beach like this, I'm speaking for the coaches in the county that probably got some kids doing this. If your high school team is doing, they working, they doing 707 stuff and whatever it may be, bro, go with that.
Yeah.
Go with that. Go with that. You know what I mean? When you got time to go do the other program I just said, then you go do that on the side. But for the most part, and there's no knock to those, but I seen, when I went down to do the Florida Fire thing, I seen guys on teams that coaches got teams, but they playing on the
other team.
See, I'm watching it.
Yeah,
you playing for them against your coach.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
This I'm amazed. Now, mind you, this is my first time seeing it.
Right.
So y'all know all this
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know this. So I'm watching for the first time. Like, hey, I'm telling my son, don't he play at that school? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, he was about to say, yeah.
But he coach.
You're right. Right there.
Right. So how that work? Oh yeah, he want to play for him though. Okay,
no, that's an issue.
You see what I'm saying?
Issue.
That's one issue. Now, the big because this is my point. If I'm coaching Palm Beach, we coach at Palm Beach Lakes. One of our coaches got a 7-on-7 team, right? And I found out this 7-on-7 team's in the same tournament as the team that one of my kids decided to play for.
Right.
Son, okay, this tournament alone, you got to play with us.
Right, exactly.
Now, I don't mind you.
Next week,
but this tournament, you're playing with us.
Right.
Then, you can play with him the following time, whatever it may be. You see what I'm saying? Because we got this thing for us to develop as a team. Not for you to be going against us and stuff like that. And not just that, when they beat him, he was talking to him. He was talking.
Come on, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
see, they beat him. He was talking trash to his coach.
Don't I got to see you on Monday?
Yeah,
Tuesday, Wednesday, like
me, yeah, boy, I'm running you to death.
Right.
What you mean you talking to your teammate like this? What can you be saying?
Right.
So if you talking trash, what you saying to him?
You sorry.
Thank you.
You trash. And you sorry as hell.
Thank you. And to your coach. Come on, man.
Don't call that no more, coach.
Come on.
And that's how they talking to they don't call that no more.
See, and the biggest thing is, you know how I am with the county, man. These teams down south.
Yeah.
So these coaches from 305, 954. They ain't from the 561. So you playing with cats from 954 and 305 against a 561 team. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now, to give them credit, my son ain't playing for a Palm Beach County team. But I'm gonna say this before I say this with Palm Beach County. I talked to a few coaches that coaching the 561 teams from Palm Beach County, and I said this to them. We do need to keep our kids here playing 7-on-7 here in county like that. I did say that. This the problem I got though. Your team is not mixed. So your team is full of that particular high school team. So why would I you see what I'm saying? So now, one thing I do get respect down in 954, 305, those teams are mixed with all of the programs down that way. So it ain't just one team full of Booker T. Washington players. Right. You see what I'm saying? You got Central players there. You got West players there. You got you got St. Thomas players there. They all on one team. So it ain't nothing for a team to say, okay, yeah, you go play with them because it's a mixture of, it's really an all-star team, whatever, right? Here in Palm Beach County, if 85% of your team
play for one school
is at your school, then why one of my jits is going over there to play?
Yeah, I mean, now, to you, in your defense, even with that, I was with Florida Fire. You know what I'm saying? So I'm loyal to Florida Fire. I've always been to Florida Fire. You know what I'm saying?
Glad you're saying that because they're going.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So matter of fact, I didn't even go to Tmo first. I went to Little Tmo first. Yeah. Actually, Tmo went to me. I went to Little Tmo for, hey man, Florida Fire got a spot for you. Right. You play for Florida Fire. You know what I'm saying? And two, I know Florida Fire got more of a reputation than teams down here, you know what I'm saying? And the other team got a coach who play for, we got to play them week 5 or 6, whatever. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm going to go to,
And then you're associated with Florida Fire.
I'm associated with Florida Fire. I know them, I know them everything, you know what I'm saying?
And it's a mixture, again, it's a mixture of players on those teams down there.
And there's some other Palm Beach County cats who play for the Fire. Duke ain't only one.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 7 of them on there, you know what I'm saying?
So that's the part I got, like I said again, is that I just feel like here in the county, even though you got those teams, I think we got like 2 or 3, but majority of those players all come from one school. Right. And then the ones that don't come from one school, probably eventually the couple you do got, gonna probably eventually go over there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that people are recruiting the kids from the 7-0. I'm not saying that. But
they are. I'm saying, Coach, he's saying they are.
But if I'm coaching the kid for these next 3-4 months, that's almost like an interview. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, boy, you come with me, boy, you see how, whatever, right? I mean, even if I said that jokingly, you know, if I said enough, And I'm around the parents because the parents are traveling to those tournaments.
Talking to the parents, getting in their head.
So in the day, kid may make that move to me. So that's because you also got 80, because he also playing with 85% of that team.
Right.
Which is down south, it's a mixture. What school you go to? I go to Monarch. What school you go to? I go to Pace. I go to St. Thomas. I go, I'm
Southridge.
Right. But I'm hearing it.
Palmetto.
Because I'm hearing them talk to him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I'm hearing them talk to him. So I'm like, they going to all the different schools. They all made up of different schools. When I talk to other coaches from down here, majority of their players are all coming from one school. They may have like a 1 or 2,
right?
But majority of them from that one school, which is cool if you want to do it that way. But you cannot get most of Palm Beach County to play for you.
If you're gonna have a true Palm Beach County team, even be like when 4 to 5 when we was a true Palm Beach County.
It's a mixture.
It was literally every school.
Yep.
I mean, Boynton, Dwyer, Wellington. Like, I mean, literally every school that we had. Park Vista, we had every school. Lake Worth, every school, because that was our thing. It was wanted to be Palm Beach Fire. You know what I'm saying? And before that, we called Ball Nation. But the teams down here, a Public Enemy, even a Palm Beach Elite. Your name is Palm Beach Elite. Like, it should be every. And again, I don't know who all on their roster, but it should be from every school in the county.
Blur the same thing. Blur got one.
Blur, Gardens coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, now to this, since we're on the subject, okay, did that coach from Public Enemy, did he hit you up or hit Duke up and say, hey, come? I mean, he might have did him, but
I wouldn't know.
And if he did, okay, say it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Palm Beach Elite, did they hit? Hey, Tmo, come bring Duke on. Now I know he others, but you know what I'm saying. But those two are the prominent ones.
Right.
If they wanted Duke, they could easily like, you know what I'm saying. Hey, Duke, like come play with us, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying. Make it happen. I mean,
I talked to
before or after we had already.
I talked to the one that got the one at Gardens.
Yeah.
I talked to him and I said that. I said I like what you guys are doing. But I told him that. I said, but you got to market it as a Palm Beach County team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, make that a Palm Beach County team. If you make it a Palm Beach County team, because I really don't think he does nothing.
Yeah. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does
slamming like that. So I just say make it a Palm Beach County team, and really promote it as a Palm Beach County team. I think you'll start getting those just Palm Beach County. You start getting those elite athletes. Because what happened now? The elite athletes are going down there and playing. So I mean, look at West Boca. How many kids playing 7-on-7?
Maybe the DB, maybe the tall DB was named
crazy, right? So think about just maybe him, right? So they're stacked and loaded, right? So a lot of times you don't see them like, you know what I mean? Like again, it should be 3 or 4 guys on this team for Blur. It should be probably about 2 of our guys down there. It should be a couple of the Dwyer guys down there. It should be GC playing for him, Pahokee playing for him. You see what I'm saying? And if you get all of that and make it a Palm Beach kind of thing, I think a lot of times a coach or whoever, or even the kid, I don't want to always say coaches, but even the kid may feel comfortable and say, okay, I'll go play for them because I don't feel like it's a Palm Beach Gardens thing. I don't feel like it's a Dwyer thing. I don't feel like it's a Jupiter thing. I don't feel like it's a Seminole Ridge thing or whatever. I feel like it's a real Palm Beach kind of thing. It's not just a particular high school thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, at the time, when we were really, like I said, when it was Palm Beach Fire, my thing was, because I wanted to beat Dade. I wanted to beat Broward. You know what I'm saying? And I know them teams, you know what I'm saying? We need all the best kids in Palm Beach to be on that team. Right. Like, I don't need just Palm Beach Central guys. No, I need everybody. I need everybody to, because you know what I'm saying? So we can lift up the name of Palm Beach. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, wait a minute. Who is Palm Beach? Man, they win the tournaments. It's because we got everybody. But like you said, if I coach at a certain school and I got 10 guys from that school and then 2 other guys from another school,
it's going to look like that's a high school team.
Another thing I did personally, me, when I was at Ballin' Nation, I literally hit up TJ, I hit up Larry Dunning, I hit up Johnny Dixon. Like I hit all of them. Hey, y'all come out to the thing. You know what I'm saying? Schools in West Boca, not West Boca, Wellington. Every school I could think of in Palm Beach County, I hit up West Boca, and we had 3 kids from Olympic Heights. Yeah. Or 2 kids. Shane Ellis was a tight end. Yeah. And they had a good running back at the time. Matter of fact, and they had a white corner. Yeah. Who went to Valdosta State. His name Mike something. I hit those guys up. Hey, y'all come be a part of this team. You know what I'm saying? Because that was my thing. I wanted all the guys in Palm Beach County to do that. I don't think them coaches are doing that.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they should have been hit up. Yeah. Go on huddle. Look at a huddle. Okay, this guy good. Okay, let me meet him up. Right. Or at least come to the tryout. At least they come. Hey, y'all come to the tryout. and then you can go from there. You know what I'm saying? Now, it just so happen you got 8 of the best or whatever. That's different, but
right. And if it boils down to that, then, like you said, it's different. But we know that's not true. Like,
exactly.
You don't have the top guys all on one team.
Come on, man.
Like I said again, because you got majority of the school on that, and it's gonna be hard to compete when you go to those tournaments.
It is
because you playing against the All-Star team. I'm telling you right now, Florida Fight won the whole thing, right? The 2 Florida Fight teams pretty much in the championship game, right, playing against each other, but they don't practice. They just go in the game they play.
Right.
But if you got all of the top players in the 3 county areas, like you got the top in Palm Beach, the top in Broward, the top in Dade,
right?
Why I'm practicing?
Right.
Y'all practice. I'm not practicing.
And they literally have, think about it, from Palm Beach Lakes to Palm Beach Gardens. I think the quarterback who was at the Wire, the black kid, Robert, him.
Yeah.
All the way to South Ridge.
They got all the players. right. They got all the players. and then Gardens got the other side. They got like 2 or 3. Palm Beach Central got 1 over there. I mean, they all on. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying.
They all on those teams. And like you said, those kids playing in our county is a little bit more different. But you got to make it an all-star thing. You can't just say that I'm finna just coach it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And because I know all my kids, I can get all them on the team. But then, I may sprinkle in a couple kids here and there. But I just think you got to make it to compete against that down there. You got to be able to do that. Because like I say, DEFCON, Raw, South Florida Express, Florida, they are loaded, man.
They're loaded. They are loaded,
man. I mean, them kids out there, man. When I say skill set, oh my God, they got it, man. I'm watching them like, oh my God.
It's true football guys with elite athletic ability.
And I'm talking about dogs in them. Them kids got straight up dogs in them, man. So
8th graders out there.
So when I look at it from that standpoint, it is completely different, bro. It's completely different. They had a 9th grader too. Kid had to be about 6'6" receiver. You know what I'm saying? They just got a dog in them, man. But there's a mixture of a bunch of programs down there. I just think for us, we kind of missing the ball with that a little bit because, and also, it should be a supplement thing. Like I said, if your high school doing some stuff, then go ahead and just do that with your high school, and then on the back end, you catch that. You see what I'm saying? You catch that. 'Cause I think a lot of times you don't want to get to a point that you're telling your high school coach, no, I ain't doing it this week. I'm going down to doing it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, the part that shocked me was that your coach in the same tournament as you was in, and it was like, oh, you playing against your own coach. Like, I don't think that's the right thing.
They ain't even go to the tryout. You know what I'm saying? They ain't go over at all. Like, come on, like, I mean, that's when I was at Central, even when I was at Lakes, I was doing it like, not Lakes, when I was at Lake Worth, I made sure I had Lake Worth kids. Yeah. Y'all playing with me. I ain't no other team. Like, I'm there. What's the point? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely don't think, maybe they are. I don't know 100% fact. I can't look at their phone or whatever, but I definitely don't think they're hitting each kid from each team and say, hey, man, y'all come out here. Or at least come to the open run or come to the tryout. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because all Palm Beach County team kids should be right here playing for whatever team. Right. Whether it's Palm Beach Elite, whether it's Blur, whether it's Public Enemy, whatever it is. But those coaches got to hit up every team, every kid, and have them on the team. Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's easy because you don't know the personalities of the kids and stuff like that. But if you want to run those kind of program, you got to step out there. You got to step out there, and you have to, reach out to more than just your kids. And you have a mixture of a bunch of kids on one team. Mm-hmm. A coach will feel a little bit more comfortable and say, okay, go ahead and play with this team. But I don't want to, as an athlete, I don't want to be out there and 85% of the teams from that school. Right. I looked at it's a school from it was an organization from like Merritt Island, somewhere that way, right? And they were having a hard time. I'm not lying to you. Like, I'm not talking about from a win-loss standpoint, just a discipline standpoint. Oh, right. And literally, like, they got like maybe like 8 different games going at one time. Mm-hmm. I was so intrigued watching that team up there in that Merritt Island area and stuff like that. And they out there, coach trying to talk to them. This one want to fight that player. This player, he tired. He trying to get one back. One dude told him, if you touch me again, I'm going to your mind. So he like, all right, I'm done with it. He walked off the field. I'm done. Got his bag. Another quarterback had his stuff on his back. He walking off the field. Coach went and grabbed him. The player trying to tell him to come back. We got to run the play. He trying to talk to the quarterback that got his stuff on. And I'm just sitting there watching this whole thing. I'm like, man, I need to ask somebody, like, what is team from? Because I didn't know where they was from at the time.
Yeah.
So his parents up there. I said, hey, what is team from? He like, oh, we're from like the Merritt Island area and stuff like that. I said, oh, okay. He said, I guess he didn't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, it's tough, man, because it's 4 different teams out here. But I think he say 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
But he say the mixture is all rivals. So he was like, that's difficult. He said, because you got all rivals on one team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay, I see that. Mm-hmm. I see that problem. Because then I guess we're talking with double-edged sword, because like, if I get mature to my kids, we straight.
Right.
But if I get Lace and Dewey on one team, who finna coach that team? Right. If I get Lace, Dewey, and Guards on one team, we gonna need therapists out there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be constantly all day long bickering about everything, especially about a practice.
Yeah.
A game you may be able, because they're in competition. Mm-hmm. If everybody is winning, it's fine. But if you losing, it's a problem. If you're in practice, it's a problem.
Yeah.
One-on-ones is gonna be a fight. Because I'm just thinking about the rival. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? You put those 3 teams together and make a traveling you kind of passing, whatever, 7-on-7 thing, man, you're going to be out all day long. You're going to have a city police out there just hey, man, spray everybody if they started, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be tough. And I witnessed that, man. He was like, they said it's like 4 or 5 schools, but they all rivals. He didn't go like to go get, you know what I mean? Somebody who wasn't a rival to the school. And I just think it's tough, man. It's just.
I mean, it is. I think, too, that's one thing that, I again say it because I'm coaching fire or whatever, but those coaches are real men, real disciplined cats out there. What I'm saying? J.R. Bryan played at Florida State. My dog Lane, he was an office coordinator at Miramar, and Coach Dennis and Coach Pat. All these guys out there, these are real men, I should say. I'm an alpha male. So, and one of the first things they do is they say, listen, man, we all fire right now.
Right.
When y'all go to y'all different schools, y'all can do all of it. But right here, we all 5. We got one goal, one thing.
Right.
And if you don't have a strong coach to deal with them kind of personalities,
right.
You know what I'm saying, you're gonna have that kind of thing. But I always.
But also the thing too, though, they jump. So he may be a fire this weekend.
Yeah, that is
true. DEFCON next weekend.
And a couple of years ago when fire kind of went down a little bit, it was because of that. Like you were South Florida Express and other teams, they paying cats to come to tournaments. Fire ain't paying nobody. And then they saying, if you play with somebody else, you can't play with us no more. So
that's a whole run. I know.
But yeah, Brian Robinson, right? Brian Robinson came play with fire, or whatever. I was still coaching fire at the time. The year 2018, I was about to go back to Central.
Okay.
Or whatever. So Brian Robinson was with us or whatever. And him, Keem, and I think RJ came out there one tournament. So I kept all the Central guys. You got to play with fire. Right. So one weekend, Brian said he couldn't make a tournament. Okay, yeah, whatever.
Brian Dino.
He was South Florida Express. Got the South Florida Express on, the cleats on. They gave him some cleats. They gave him everything. Coach Pat, all of them. Hey, he ain't playing with us no more. He made his choice. But that's how Florida Fire coaches is. That's how it should be. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of got hit a couple years ago from that because Cass wasn't going there because they wanted to go to travel here. They want to do this. They want to.
So this weekend we're going here, but
that's what they want to do. And these 7-on-7 teams, when they literally be paying kids to fly in.
Right.
I mean, South Florida Express flying a kid from Louisiana,
right,
to come play. Where the money coming from?
Yeah,
and if I got that kind of money, why would I spending it?
I think it's a lot of kids from Central, the quarterback from Orlando Jones.
He
played down here just recently. So they get him down here. But I definitely think like that's a new wave that's kind of going right now in the 7-on-7 season. I think they run like another month or something and it kind of up like from there. But I do think like you really got to look at when they correct a couple of things in that, man. But it's a dicey kind of game because it is, like you said, even if you do miss all the teams up, that's the issue too, because now when I miss the teams up, I got rivals all on one team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's kind of hard for them to play together. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, nah, man, playing with you. Yeah. Like, if you really feel,
especially if you lose,
how you feel about this thing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm really guess what? I respect Tyrone and his coach staff he got over there. I mean, I respect him. I respect Willie, what Willie got going on at the Wire, and the guys he got over there. And I'm sure they respect kind of what we got going on over here. But man, hey, well, it's like that when we play, man. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I can't wait 26 when we do get Gardens back and we start that rival again. But when we play the Wire, you know how it is. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean? And honestly, we haven't beaten in 2-3 years. The Wire, the last 2-3 years we haven't beat them. So, but when them kids play that game, man, it's a different energy in practice. It's a different mindset. It's on the other side too. Right. We play that game, man, it's pregame, man. Them guys, you know what I mean? They cross the line, 50-yard line, talking to me personally. Especially little Pop. Hey, Coach Tmo, boy, they talking. You know what I'm saying? But that's how the energy should be. You know what I'm saying? Like those are, I respect that. You know what I mean? I respect that type of game. I respect the Gardens kids. I respect the Dwyer kids, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's what high school football should be about. Right. It's a hate for Palm Beach Lakes for them. And it's a hate for Dwyer. It's a hate for Palm Beach Gardens for us. So and Palm Beach Gardens play Dwyer. I'm sure it's the same. Well, I never been on the sideline with that game, but I'm sure it's like that. I'm sure it's like, it's a hate with those two teams playing. And just like it is with us. But those three teams right now, you know, for us, nobody else we focus on military. Right. You know, it's other teams on military and other stuff around us. It's no thought process with that. But in our minds, those are the three teams that we focus on.
There's another team down there calling themselves the king of military. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Yeah, but we don't think about. But that may be a Dwyer rival for them. You're talking about Jupiter, correct?
Yeah, of course.
And that may be. I think when they play,
screenshot of my phone.
Yeah, but when they play Dwyer and when they play Gardens.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if they play Gardens either. But I don't know how much of a rivalry that is. You know what I'm saying? Because Jupiter's so far out. You know what I mean? But I'm sure them and Dwyer is kind of like that. You know what I mean? Because they kind of similar in schools. But when it comes to like that rival between the three teams I'm talking about right now, you know, because every now and then it's like Jupiter got it going now, right? Yeah. Very similar to like UCF. With the big three, right? When you get it going. So when you get it going, UCF, hey, keep saying, hey, man, we should be in the same argument when it comes to that. I just think the history of those three schools, we talk about Gardens, Dwyer, and Lakes. You see what I'm saying? Like when you talking about the big three on military, like that is, like when you talking about rival, you know what I mean? Like it's really hate there. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah.
It really is like the energy different. The mindset is different. The crowd is different. Everything is different. That's the city. One thing, Coach Brown said at Garden when I first talked to him on the phone a little while back, and he like, man, let's just do the game for the city, man. Let's get this game, like the city come out. And it really is that. When Dwyer play Lakes, the city out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When Dwyer and Gardens play the city out, Gardens and Lakes play the city out. You know what I'm saying? So those kind of games is those rivals. So now when you talk about other programs and stuff like that, you can have all the success in the world, man.
It ain't.
You can have all the success in the world. Like being honest with you,
that
like
feeling ain't there. Like
it ain't. Yeah. Like right now, who is Cardinal rival? Like it's kind of hard. Yeah, Benjamin probably.
I guess, yeah.
Could be Benjamin.
Yeah, I guess they're trying to do that now. Yeah,
it could be like a Benjamin. But
they don't have no history.
There ain't no history of them battling each other like that. You know what I mean? So ain't no pure hate in that. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, we're competing. You know what I'm saying? West Boca, who is that rival?
Yeah, West Boca don't have a pure.
It ain't Boca, because Boca rival is Atlantic, correct?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But West Boca and Boca, I don't even know if they even play each other.
That's a good question. I don't know their position. Yeah, why? I don't know.
I don't think they
should. That should be a rival.
That should be the rival, right? But they don't. Yeah. So those kids playing in that program, like what is that true rival for them? You see what I'm saying?
West Boca don't really have because like
they don't have a true rival.
They're good right now, but like they don't have a. I don't think teams hate them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or what school they hate?
Yeah, right.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, when back in the day, Boynton and Boynton Atlantic used to be a
that was
ride. Like it was hate there.
That was there. And I think the Boynton Lake Worth is like
Boynton Lake Worth is like
Wellington and Palm Beach Central that way.
Wellington, Palm Beach.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely. Wellington.
Those two really don't. And they right down the street. They dislike each other. They play. You know what I mean? So those you have those rivals. That's very, very genuine. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say for me, I always respect that, because I think that's what high school football is about. You know, and I just really enjoy coaching those kind of games when you have those rivals like that going at it. You know, like I say, we spent time at Central. Wellington game was different for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we could play all those weeks. When we played Wellington, that was different. You see what I'm saying? And here at Lakes, that's how we think about when it comes to a Dwyer game. And then we also played, I can't say far move because we played guards our first year.
Yeah,
that was a different game. Right. You see what I'm saying? So we have played, you know what I mean? So we played guards and we played both Dwyer, and we don't play a lot of games. We don't went out to GC and play GC and Begley.
Right.
It ain't the same feeling.
Mm-mm.
You see what I'm saying? It ain't the same feeling for us, like for our kids and what we got going on and what other teams got going on.
Guards and Dwyer. Like,
guards and Dwyer is our game. You know what I'm saying? And I like I said again, after that, it's nothing but respect to those programs. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I love them kids like they're my own. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I know some of them. I love them like my own. But the minute we play them,
it's on.
And they got that blue on,
it's on.
You know, whatever blue you talking about, the guards blue, the Dwyer blue, or whatever. At that particular time, it's a hate, and I respect the rival of those games, and like I said again, man, I think those guys, you know, I think Willie on to something. And I definitely think Tyrone, you know, when it comes to the Big Three, I think he set the path to how we should be running our program when it comes to what they got going on and how he put the the car on the road when it came to building that program at Palm Beach Gardens, because he is like an anytime, anywhere type coach, and I respect that.
Yeah, I mean, and with that and I mean, the more and more I think about it, like partially, you know what I'm saying, you know, I know we kind of 7-on-7 thing with the All-Star team, but even more in basketball with AAU, there's been a lot lacking when it came to rivalry. I think the advent of the All-Star teams and everybody playing with each other, and you know what I'm saying, that's why, you know, people hate LeBron because you want to team up. But that mentality coming from that All-Star team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got them elite guys, especially basketball, them elite players type of guys, they've been playing each other forever. Or they've been playing with each other forever on these elite teams. You know what I'm saying? In 7-on-7 now, I mean, now football is just different because you got to have a certain mindset to play football. Mm-hmm. So it's always going to be like a little more gritty. But you know, even that kind of 7-on-7 environment does kind of taint some of that rivalry thing, because I am playing with a guy. Because I may be playing with a guy who like I play.
I know him.
Yeah, I know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a little bit different. Now, again, football is just different because once you put a helmet on his pads on, like, I got to, you know what I'm saying? Right. I got to bury you.
This ain't nothing.
This ain't personal. No, I got to bury you.
But I just, that's true to that. That is true to that. To a certain extent. I think the new modern way of doing things is a little bit more different. And the only reason, even though Suncoast out, you know, I don't want to disrespect them, but even though they one of our rivals as well, it's just that it's not the Suncoast that I came up seeing. Right. You see what I'm saying? It's those kids coming from other counties and stuff like that, or other cities and stuff like that. Some probably even other counties. So it's not that old school Suncoast when kids were coming from straight from Revere playing at Suncoast. Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more different there. But I just think, like, when you get down to it, it's like the Mud Bowl. Right. I think when you boil it down, you still get to the, man, I just don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's really that. And when you also got coaches who came from that. So I'm preaching that. That's what it is for me. Like, we got a lot of games on our schedule. But anytime you see Palm Beach Gardens, or anytime you see Dwyer on our schedule, we're not gonna sugarcoat that. That's our game, right? That's the game. Those two games are different than anything else on our schedule. You know what I mean? And we preach. I'm not one of the coaches that say, "Oh man, it's just another game." You know? No, it ain't. That ain't no another game. You see what I'm saying? It ain't that. It's a different way you got to practice this week. It's a different way you got to approach this stuff this week. You know, it's just way different when those two teams is on the schedule. You see what I'm saying? And we play a lot of guys, man. You know, throughout the time. You know, this and that. Sometimes you can get into a situation. We played last year, team out in Broward. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could preach the 5-6-1 thing all day long, but you don't know them kids down there.
Not at all.
And really, our count is not rival. Right. A 9-5-4 team playing the 5-6-1 team, not a rival. A 5-6-1 team playing the 3-05 team, not a rival. Right. But when here on Charlotte Drive, got to go down military and play. You know what I'm saying? Even though now that community, those kids that's at that school don't live in those communities. They don't. You see what I'm saying? They don't. They stay around our kids. You know what I'm saying? So most of our kids is from the community in this area. You know what I mean? So I always knock them when I say that. Now, you know, I get it, Dwight, and I get it, God. Facts. But at the end of the day, those kids I'm referring to in those programs is from Revere. I ain't talking about the kids from Jupiter
Right.
and stuff like that, even though I'm sure they into the rival too
Yeah,
as well. But I'm talking about the Rivera kids that's in those programs. The Rivera kids that's in those programs don't live in those communities. You know what I'm saying? And but my point of saying that whole thing was that when we have those kind of rivals with those kind of teams, it's a different type of energy. It's a different type of way you're gonna lift this week. It's a different type of way that you're gonna put your sock on this week. What kind of sleeve I'm gonna have on? Well, I gotta get brand new gloves just for this game. You know what I'm saying? This is the game. You know what I'm saying? And win, lose, or draw, man. Those games are fun, man. They're fun to be a part of. And I've been on both sides of both of them. You know what I'm saying? So, end of the day, I just think the approach of it when it comes to that's high school football to me. Mutt Bowl is high school football to me. Atlantic and Boca is the high school football for me. Palm Beach Central and Wellington, that's high school football for me.
Right.
Miami Northwestern and Miami Central, that's high school football for me. You see what I'm saying? Those are the games. Up north, when you have a Parker and Osceola, like those games are different.
Those games are different.
You see what I'm saying? Those games are different. Like I could sit here and play John Atlanta all day long.
Right.
I could play Limber Heights. I could play Osprey. I could play Jupiter. I can play. We can have Card Numa on our schedule. We can have all these different schools on our schedule. That's just a game, man. Dwyer and Gardens, that's more than the game, man. You know what I'm saying? That's more than the game. And we're going to dap it up. Well, we dapped up before the game with Dwyer last year, but we're going to dap it up, you know, and do everything we're going to do after the game, whatever that is. But during that particular time, man, it's like two communities at the time going against each other. You know what I'm saying? Out west, downtown, Rivera. You know what I mean? And at that particular time, we separated. You know, when we come back to it, like I'm saying this right now, we come back to it, downtown Rivera, we come back together. You know what I mean? It should be like that. You know what I mean? It should not be no separation, even though I know at times it gets to another level, but it should not be a separation when it's that. So when we playing Dwyer and we playing Garden, that's what it is. It's an out west, downtown thing versus a Rivera situation, and that energy of those communities come together, and it's a game, man. And it's how it should be. But when we done with that, it should be nothing but love from that. And I'm telling you this because, you know, it's nothing but love for me for what Willie them got going on. It's nothing but love for me to what Tyrone them got going on. But when we get to what Dwyer is this year, week 7 or whatever,
something like that.
Oh my God, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, hey, bro, there's a lot of
we're looking forward to it, man.
A lot of intensity.
Hey, I'm telling
already.
You, we looking
in the weight room. I'm saying talk about it.
Yeah,
You know
we're looking forward to it. We got some other guys on schedule, but we looking forward to it. And they took care of us last year. They really did, man. Props to them. Shouts out to them. Good game for them. But
yeah, I mean, you know, it's off the field. It's respect for everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just high school football. You know what I'm saying? On the field, hey, this high school football, bro. Like it's down and dirty. We trying to win every game. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I want to say something. Put something out there. That about the handshaking thing, right? So teams, I know some teams felt some type of way that we ain't shake. I'm gonna just put that we ain't shake hands after the game or whatever. Week 1, there was an incident after the game. That led to us or to coach making a decision saying, you know what, it's best not to shake hands after the game because we won't have another incident. Right. Especially in that Dwyer game and in the other games that we played that we didn't shake hands after the game. Like I said, we didn't shake hands after the game based on what happened week 1. You know what I'm saying? So we made that decision. Then I think middle of the season we started shaking hands before the game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody to think if they ever think, oh, then you know, Tmo and you think some feel or whatever.
And I like, even though, you know, I had an opportunity to put that in place, but I always felt that way. You know what I mean? And when I just played you, right? I just played you for 48 minutes. We played. I'm trying to kill you, right? And the minute the clock hit 0, we lining you up to go shake hands.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And the mindset it take like that quick turnoff, we talking about teenage boys. That quick turnoff is not going to happen a lot of times that fast. We could say all day long, helmet on, just a good game, right? Unless you got a coach in between each player. I mean, you got to have 50 coaches.
Right.
Because you got to be directly behind and in front of a player, right? Stay on the side. Yeah, we on the side. We spread it out. But I'm right here by him. Man, I killed you the whole game, bro. You know what I'm saying? They ain't hear him what he just said to me. They just see me react.
Right.
Well, I've been killing you the whole game. bro, you can't guard me. I knew it. I watched film on you, bro. You tried. You see what I'm saying? And so now I just played you, and we lost. I'm snapping. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I say, you know what? When everybody got cool head, how about we just shake hands before the game? You know what I'm saying? So now, appreciate to and again, before I even go to the situation talking about Dwight, and I try to reach out to most schools. I mean, I miss some here and there, but I send an email a lot. Hey, coach, we gonna shake hands before the game, or because we don't really shake hands. My coaches, we all go over there and do it, but I'm gonna send the players in. You know, it's nothing to that. Even if we won the game, it's nothing to that. We gonna send the players in. You know, we gonna shake hands, and that's kind of what it is. Because we're adults, we can handle that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But from kids' standpoint, we just gonna try to avoid the issue. You know what I mean? So I would reach out like in the email, like on a Wednesday, and let them know what we're gonna do. So you're not in the line and we turn away from you. You know what I mean? And that's what I always felt like if they in the line and we walk off, it's gonna look crazy. So I say, no, let me just send an email so you're not even getting in the line waiting on us. They going and we going. You see what I'm saying? When it came to YU, the reason why I thought about the shaking hands before, because I didn't want to magnify the situation by saying we're not shaking hands either. Right. Because regardless of how it may look and seem, the fact that we don't shake hands, whether we want or they want, whatever it may be, gonna look like it's really up there, like it's gonna stay up there, you kind of thing, right? So I said, no, how about we shake hands? So I say, you know, Willie, when y'all done with y'all pregame, we done with our pregame a little early. We'll come out 5 minutes before the game and we'll shake hands in one line, and then we'll go and then come out. Oh yeah, coach, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that before the game. And it was smooth. It was doubts. It was all that there, you know what I mean, whatever it may be. And it wouldn't broke apart like that. And we wouldn't play the game. But my opinion, I don't know if you're going to start something in the county, everybody do it. But I just really feel like you should shake hands before the game. The shaking hands after the game, it's a struggle, man. And it can avoid a lot of, I feel, avoid a lot of issues if you shake the hands before the game, then you can shake the hands after the game.
Especially if it was chippy during the game.
Yeah. Those kind of games,
Go back to week 1, that's what happened. It was chippy. It was chippy. Guys was saying something, and then, you know what I'm saying? So now when you go to that line, like you said, y'all sorry, we beat y'all, you know what I'm saying? I wish you get to that. Boom, it's over. Now it's like you said, we only got 10 coaches to
oh my God, and it's in the line fights, I always call it the line fight. The line fights spread like a bad bacteria, man. Like you just won, then you got another run, then he run over here, then he run, and then you looking, you trying to catch this one for him not to run in the pile. It's like, man. So it's like, a situation, and then you got your kids in a bad spot. And I don't know the coach style down at that place down there and stuff like that, but in my opinion, like my kids are put into a bad spot in that situation. I just felt those, that situation of those kids in the program, it was just like, man, like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then we on their sideline. Yeah. So I just felt like, no, you know what? From going forward, this is what it's going to be. We're going to shake hands before the game, or we just won't shake hands at all, and the coaches will go over there and shake hands. But, it worked out fine for us. We had no more issues.
No more issues like that.
The entire season.
And to the fans who may see that's what it is. We try to shake hands before the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the Palm Beach Lakes gonna shake hands until further notice.
We shake hands before the game.
We shake hands before the game. We dap it up.
Now, if you don't want to do that, right? I get it. Then as coaches, we'll walk over there after the game and shake your players' hands, y'all hand, your trainer hand, whoever hand we need to shake. You know what I mean? We'll shake everybody's hand. But
and that's what we did. That's what coaches went down there and shook hands.
Yeah, we'll shake everybody's hand. Like, we have no dog in the fight. You know what I mean? And we'll take the blow, or we'll give the blow, whatever it may be. But we'll shake your hand, man, and we'll go by our business. But I definitely think, like, especially when we do play those kind of games that I talked about with the rivals, that is the thing that we probably do with shaking hands before the game.
Yeah, I mean, and once you go through and shake hands, good game. I can hear the other team yelling, going to the other side, run off. I can hear them. I'm mad. I like it. Bring that angle back. Yeah. And then they down there taking pictures at the scoreboard.
Right.
Late Worth taking pictures at the scoreboard and everything like that.
And I gotta tell our kids, even though we building from where it was and how bad it was and stuff like that, I tell the kids all the time, you still late, man. Right. You still on that chest it says Palm Beach.
They trying to embarrass us.
And in most schools, But if I beat Lates, it's something. I beat Lates. And it should be that way. I'm not saying the kids shouldn't think like that.
Yeah.
I beat Lates. I want to, like, for me, that's almost respect in a certain kind of thing. I'm taking a picture on the scoreboard. I want to keep this picture up. I beat Lates. I want to get this put up in the locker room. I want to, so I want to take that picture.
I'm going to post that
You see me? I want to do that. So I want to take that picture. I tell kids all the time, like, you got to understand, you still late. But guess what? When we get a 30 for 30, you going to remember this, because you going to remember these videos that y'all can go back and watch. You going to remember this 30 for 30 and say, man, you remember that team did that team did that. We went through this, we went through that, because we're building that to where we want to build it to. Because when you build it back up again where it need to be at, right? Those kind of games like that. You know what I'm saying? You'll remember those kind of things. You remember they took the picture, they beat us that time, this and that. Yeah. And as coaches, we remember that. But we also understand the respect people have for our program. So even though we building it from ground up, right? But we also understand people respect for it. So when you beat it, guess what they saying? Oh man, we beat Lace, boy. I feel they run down there. Oh, we beat Late. They happy, right? Yeah. That's a win. You see what I'm saying? We beat Late. So I get it, man. I'm not like trying to say you shouldn't feel good about it. You should feel good about it. You're going to take the picture and all that other stuff you're going to do. You're going to talk trash about it, go online, talk about it. We beat Lates. You know, that's.
And again, this is Coach C talking, not Coach Tmo talking. I don't like it. Did they go down and take a picture? And even with the whole situation with Michigan and Ohio State, they want to wave and plant the flag, and that's fine. Hey, just be as receptive when the shoe is on the other foot.
That's it. And that's all I say. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all really coach. That's what I be saying. Listen, end of the day, man, I get it. We tuck it as a staff. We tuck it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. One thing, we came back here on the Saturday, Sunday, whatever, Monday, and we back coaching again. We ain't think about this and that. But understand, we don't forget. We talk about, okay, it's going to become a time when the shoe on the other foot. Don't say they ain't got no class over there at Palm Beach Lake. Don't say none of that. Because right now I can show a highlight film of stuff people did, knowing we outmanned, you know what I mean, the last 2 years, but the stuff that people did, you know, on the process to them win the ball game. Just know, when the rabbit get the gun, when the shoe get on the other foot, right, you guys got to be accountable for that as well. And when you be accountable for that, understand, have respect to it. Because I'm telling you one thing about it. We've been on the other side of that. See, you've been with me on the other side of that at another place. When they were yelling the other sideline, telling us, don't do it.
Don't do it. Take a knee.
Take a knee. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Coach yelling over there. I had one coach one year pick the ball up. It was more time on the clock. He picked the ball up and said, we done. You know what I mean? But was talking, whatever it may be. I'm saying right now, end of the day is that just come shake the hands of the coaches and say, you know, good game like we did, and gave respect to you guys and moved on. You know what I'm saying? We don't kind of take it to that point. But like I said again, but we do remember everything that team's been doing and stuff like that. But like I said again, we know that, you know, we are Palm Beach Lake. So we understand when you do get a win or anything like that, how you're going to act towards it. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of get that. Or when we actually beat a team, how, true story. I was in Port St. Lucie this past weekend. They let me right into it. I actually forgot about this. I was in Port St. Lucie this past weekend. I went into a discount auto parts place. I had to go in there and get something from a parent. So I go in there for my mom. So I go in there. I go in discount auto parts. I had one of my Formula shirts on, right? So a kid, not kid, I guess he's grown now, but you know, he's working in there. So he was recent. I think he was senior this year. So he said, "Hey, you coach at Palm Beach Lakes down there?" I said, "Yeah, I coach down there." He said, "Oh man, you know my homeboy." So he named one of our players on the team. I said, "Oh yeah, I know him." I said, "Yeah, he one of my linebackers." He said, "Okay." He said, "Man, oh man, y'all embarrassed us." So I said, "What school you go to?" He said, "Oh, I'm a senior, but I go to the school down in Port St. Lucie." And I say, "Oh," he's like, "Yeah, man, y'all was out, we made y'all the homecoming." I said, "Yeah, y'all did make us homecoming." Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, because the year before, we had drug y'all like 40-something nothing." So we were like, "Oh, we got no coming, we ain't worried about them. You know, they sorry, this and that." And I said, "Yeah, I remember how y'all were acting pregame. Y'all was out there with no shirt on and all that kind of stuff." He was like, yeah, we just thought, man, we gonna blow them out. We blow them out last year, we gonna blow them out this year. And I said, yeah, I remember after that game, man, the little running back or something, he was cutting up, like throwing his helmet and all kind of stuff. We were looking like, man, what's wrong with that dude? Right? But we didn't know because we felt like we should have beat y'all. So we weren't thinking like, this is an upset.
Right.
We felt like we were better. You know what I mean? But we were wondering why y'all were acting like that out there. Because remember I told y'all, I said, blow them out, man. They out here doing all this stuff with their shirt off, throwing the football. Like, anybody in the trenches? You know what I mean? I said, we ain't whooping them. You know what I mean? So he was like, yeah, man, y'all embarrassed, this and that. And I said, yeah, man. I said, I tried to call your coach to play this year. And I said, but I can never get in contact with him. And the jitter boy said, yeah, I wouldn't answer the phone either. after that, or whatever. But that goes back to what I'm saying. Like, you know, I wasn't there the year before when that team when they blew them out. But like the fact that, you know, I came because it was the second year of the contract when I came first year, and we played. You see what I'm saying? For me to call back and you like no, I don't want to do it. That'd be my and I ain't at the point calling coaches out now, but it's some schools I'm talking to currently about certain situations and stuff like that. And it's like when I first got the job, you know, you was calling like constantly or texting or emailing about a game and this and that, this and the third. Now you whatever you feel that's here now or whatever the situation may be, I don't know what it is. It's like, no, coach, you know, whatever, or you leaving me on red, getting back with me a month later, I email you or text or whatever. I see you seen it because it say seen on the thing, but then you get back with me like a month later saying, oh no, coach, we doing this and doing that. I mean, I know you seen it. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So my thing is like, no, I'm just saying, and I'm not saying that you're trying to even dunk us. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? I don't think until we prove it, I don't think we're at the point now for nobody to dunk us.
Exactly. Nobody should be.
So I just think like my thing is I give that courtesy to everybody. I don't leave you on red. I don't do none of that stuff. And like I said to anybody, since I got the job, I have played people. I have played Palm Beach Central. I have played Palm Beach Garden. I played the Wire every year. I played Glaze Central. John Carroll went undefeated. I played them. I played Jupiter every year, right? I'm playing people. You know what I mean? You can only say about 2 schools I haven't played. I haven't played Card Newman.
West Boca.
I haven't played West Boca.
Atlantic.
And I haven't played Atlantic. Every other school we done played.
And that's more of a, because we was on 2-year contract.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly. So every school we done played. You know what I'm saying? So every other school we have played. You see what I'm saying? So I never got to a point of saying, okay, look, I'm going to play, you know, disrespect to them schools, but I'm going to play Seal. I'm going to play Royal Palm. I'm going to play John I. I'm going to play Limper Heights. I'm going to play. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I say, that's okay, let's bring all these teams in. You see what I'm saying? Let's play that team. Let's play this team. Let's go out in Bear Glade and play GC. Let's go up to Fort Pierce and play John Carroll, who we knew had a stick. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was for us. Palm Beach Central's in our district. We got to play them. Like, come on. Jupiter's in our district. We got to play them. You know what I mean? It's no flinch for us to be playing it. Even though that we know your kid's 18 years old. My kid's 14 and 15. We know going out there that way. It's no flinch. We going to play. You see what I'm saying? It's a game of football. Let's go play it.
Right.
We ain't flinching. And we ain't flinching then, and we ain't going to flinch now. We going to play you guys. So, in a day, the flinching that goes on in our county is embarrassing. When I look at how people be picking and choosing, no, I'm not picking and choosing anything. Let's play the game. Let's allow them to play the game. Oh, Cole, what we gonna play at? What color y'all want to have on? What color we have on? We gonna play it because I want that same respect when the shoe get on the other foot. Instead of flinching, I don't want to get up there to that point. We want an elite team. We got to play everybody in Miami. I don't want to look at my schedule and I can't play nobody in Palm Beach County. I really do feel for what Jack got to do down there at Card Newman.
Yeah.
I don't care what your views of the situation may be, how much you may hate that program or hate what he got going on. If you hate it that much, go play him.
Yeah, true.
You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. If I hate him that much, I'm going to play him every year. You see what I'm saying? The fact that he can't play nobody in Palm Beach County.
Shame.
You see what I'm saying?
Shame.
Can't play nobody in Palm. So I feel for that. I think at the end of the day, he's still a county team. But when I get it to that point, and when it gets to that point, wherever that may be, what I'm saying is line it up, play it. And if you hate the program that much, play. If you like us that much, play. That's it. You You know what I mean? So we have not flexed, so we got it. And we want, like I said again, I could have easily said, okay, you know what? We playing 14, 15-year-old. Let's go independent this year.
Right. Right.
Like, let's go play all the teams that didn't win over 5 games this year. Mm-hmm. Except for the district game, because we got to play them. But everybody else we playing, they under 5, whatever. They under 500. Let's go do that. I didn't do that. You see what I'm saying? I remember even last year, even dealing with the Boca thing when you got into the Boca coach or whatever. Mm-hmm. We put Pompano Ely on the spring.
Right. We was trying to play Ely.
I didn't take Boca off to play that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
We was trying to play Ely.
I was trying to play Pompano Ely.
And they ended up beating Chaminade.
Right. That's who we've been playing in the spring. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, we ain't gonna flinch to do that now. Just like now, we gotta go into the same schedule we got now. You look at the 10 games we gotta play coming up. Ain't no flinching in what we gotta do. We gotta take care of it. We got John Carroll again. Kickoff classes. Down here late. It don't change. Everybody the same. We still got the Hawaii, still got Palm Beach, still got Jupiter, still got all them programs. Still gotta play it. We ain't trying to, we ain't playing all no. Park Vista went 6-4 last year. I don't want to go over that, gloss over that. They went 6-4. We played them. Mm-hmm. GC went 9-1. Played them. And go play them again this year.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Right. Look at our strength of schedule. Probably outside of 2 or 3 teams you compare it to. Mm-hmm. West Boca, Palm Beach Gardens, probably Seminole Ridge had a schedule. Certain teams. Mm-hmm. But we right out there with it. If you look at our strength of schedule, we right out there with those kind of teams. Right? Mm-hmm. Some teams that went 7-3, 6-4, we knew in our mind we played them, we'll beat them.
Right.
Yeah. We knew that. We played them, we beat them. Right? Great year. I'm sure you have a decent year. But you ain't playing a schedule. With our schedule, you wouldn't win that.
Right. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? You wouldn't win that. So that's kind of what I look at when you talk about that kind of program like that. When it comes to like picking and choosing your schedule. Depends on what I'm not saying like I ain't got nothing, so I'm still gonna play Miami Central. No, I'm not telling you to do that.
Right.
I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not saying that to that point.
West Boca's doing what they supposed to do.
What they supposed to do.
And when we get to that point, that's what we gonna look like. We gonna try to play nothing but sticks.
That's it. Because I always say, that was my slogan all the time. If you got a stick, you play a stick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that be the biggest thing, because when you got a stick and you playing against that, how they helping you out, man?
True.
How they helping you out? Because I see it happened in basketball a few times. I think Jupiter back-to-back years. Basketball went 23-3, 22-1, or whatever. I don't know what their record is. Mm-hmm. Didn't get in the playoffs. How you don't get in there with a 22-3, 22-2 record?
Now, I don't follow basketball like that, but is it
strength of schedule?
Is that what it is? Strength of
schedule. You got to play. But I know, some kind of way they did the numbers and stuff like they say. I don't know. I have to look at their program, but they did the numbers. They said it should be in there because their strength of schedule was like this, or whatever it may be. But I do think stick should play a stick. You know what I'm saying? And one thing my kids say here is that when we first got here, the first thing they said, "Well, Coach Tmo, man, you'll put anybody on the schedule." You know what I'm saying? And I will. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I will, because I know eventually it's gonna get to a point that we match up. When I match up, that my 17-year-old playing against another 17-year-old that been in the program for 3 years. Not my 17-year-old, this is first year playing football. Right. This is first year in the off season. Well, my 17-year-old, he been in the off season for 3 years. Now he's ready to play. You see what I'm saying? So our 27s is coming to their 3rd year. Our 28s is coming to their 2nd year. You see what I'm saying? And our 26s is coming up to that 3rd year with us.
Yeah, we ain't got that many of them either.
Ain't that many of them. You know what I mean? Because they were sophomores when we came. They was sophomores when we came in, right? They were sophomores when we came in.
Man, who? What junior we got? Quarterback?
Quarterback, sir. Is that it? We got them in 26s. Majority of
big money, I guess.
28.
But he just
he just came with us. So majority of our kids are 27, 28. You know what I mean? And that's what we did purposely. Right. Put all those guys on varsity. And I tell people all the time, if our 27, 28s played all JV, they'll go undefeated.
Oh yeah.
We played all of them on varsity. They won't even be. We put them down at one time when we had a bye week. We took them out the game at halftime.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if our 27, 28s played JV, they go undefeated. But no, what we did, we played all of them up. And they walk around school different. You see them in school, they talk to the 25s like babies.
Right.
That's how hey man, this and that. I'm this, that. That's how they think. Downtown swag. You know what I mean? They talk like that, they walk like that, they bop like that, they head different, all that's different, right? And they all here. And they've been here, we have not lost a kid yet. So 27s and 28s, now they get to a certain age group, now they're able to play in their age group, on the field or whatnot. So we're able to like kind of get to that point that we matching up to those numbers. But that's the biggest thing I always try to say, man, that, when you got a stick, play a stick. We have not avoided anything yet. I have not called a team or a team contacted me and I say, man, we young, bro, we ain't got nothing. I lost this kid. I ain't never said that. Never said that. If you call and we can work something out, we ain't got a week 1 or we ain't got a week 5 and I'm trying to miss some stuff around, coach, I'm waiting on this guy to get back with me and da-da-da-da. I'm going to tell you just how I'm telling you now. I ain't going to tell you on the phone. I ain't going to give you no, I ain't going to sit here and say my quarterback hurt his thumb. I ain't going to give you none of that. I'm going to tell you straight up what it is. Because at the end of the day, none of that matters to me. At the end of the day, you got to coach your guys up. I got to coach my guys up and we play the game. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's either going to be 1 win for me or 1 loss for me. That's it. They ain't going to count 10 losses. They ain't going to count 8 losses. And I always try to tell coach that, while run, this 1 loss or 1 win ain't going to count for 8.
But it's true.
It's only 1. You see what I'm saying? It's only 1 of them. So just play it, man. And I think if we do that, I like what's going on with Card Newman and West Boca.
Yeah,
I do like that, man.
I love that schedule. I mean, and
nice.
like you said,
I like them playing each other now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you say, if you got a stick, you should play a stick. I mean, it's high school football. Like, you know what I mean? It ain't got to be. If I go 0-10 and you go 10-0, we getting the same stipend. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no different. Ain't no different. And you actually working more because you're probably going to fail. So at the end of the day,
you got 5 more extra weeks.
That's all you got, right? That's all it is, man. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So let's create the rivals, man. Let's create the energy. Let's create the high school atmosphere. Let's create that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. At the end of the day, it ain't nothing else personal outside of that. Play the game, you know what I mean, and you let the chips lay where they're gonna lay, but all the ducking and all that. And I mean, one team, we talked about. I won't put the team out there, but we can't never play the team. I'm like, bro, like nothing open for you.
No,
you never play them. And then, end of the day, it's like, okay, if you ain't playing us, who you playing?
Right?
Because you ducking us. We ain't at that point yet.
Not yet.
And this is like the year, if you ain't playing us, then who you playing? I can name, you probably play 4 other schools or 5 other schools that's not us, okay, right. But you're going to eventually get to us before you get to something else crazy. You see what I'm saying? So I was amazed at that, like, okay, like, what are you basing that off of? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you seeing that at that particular time? Now, I get now. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I get some teams may look at it like now.
Even now, like
you still gotta prove it.
Right? They like we. You know what I'm saying?
All that's is prospect.
Yeah, man. Hey, y'all don't let this podcast fool you.
Right? All that is prospect. That's potential. We still, you know what I mean? We still don't know, man, until they get out there on the field.
Right?
You know what I mean? Like most schools, we ain't even pretty much started. We in wrestling. We finished up wrestling season. That's where we at. We trying to go to state in wrestling. So. We see. I know y'all seen the interest meeting, whatever. That's the first time we seen them kids since the season.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
As far as on football wise.
On football wise, right? We see them in school, football wise. But we focus on going to state in wrestling. We got another 20 guys on track, 25 guys on track. Hopefully they go to state in that. Some basketball guys just got finished up. You know what I mean? We finna just start the off season now.
Right.
So everything you seen and all that, that's all potential, man. We don't know how good them kids. We don't know that. We don't know it yet till we put it together. It's a puzzle right now. So we tucked the box and we threw on the floor. So right now we just looking at the floor. We ain't even started. We looking at the floor. So we don't know. It's all potential, man. So right now we focus in, like I said, right now we trying to go to state in wrestling or at least get a state qualified. We trying to do the same thing in track. And then we get into what we got to get into it all season, and that's coming up soon. So we don't know nothing yet. So we don't know, like I said again, we don't know what the kids got going on.
We believe.
So
we believe.
I do say that we got a lot of kids. Now, that's what I would say. Like every year, the progression and trajectory is going up. First year
it was 30,
probably 30
40?
in the spring, 30.
In the spring.
Second year, close to that again. 40, 50, maybe.
Spring, especially in the spring.
Probably 50.
Yeah, 50, about 50. Yeah.
Now about 100. 100 and something. So, you know what I mean, at this point, so we up there. And one thing about Lates that I always say, when you talk about skill, I just tell them one of the APs today, you can take a rock, close your eyes, throw it in the courtyard, you're going to hear the skill position at Lates. And that's kind of what it's getting back to, that you just see it walk around now. When I first got here, that wasn't the case. Now I'm in the hallway and I just see it bounce. I see it just walk. I see it on toes. I see it bopping around. I see it now. Like, okay, this the Lates I remember. Right. Kids look like this, just walking around campus. Like that's different. And I'm definitely as excited about this year. But I'm just saying from its potential standpoint. But all the picking and choosing games, man, we don't want to, we don't want to get caught up in that.
Again, this is Coach T on the mic, man. Nobody should be ducking us.
No.
Not to saying that people are ducking us, but there shouldn't even be no,
shouldn't be no question.
It shouldn't be no question. Especially if, I don't even say that, you know what I'm saying? But just, well, if we trying to play people. We just want to play people. That's all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and we've been doing it the entire time. Like I said again, GC 9-1, John Carroll undefeated, Palm Beach Central 9-1, Jupiter 9-1.
9-1.
You know what I mean? We play
or 2. No, 8-2.
Right.
Yeah.
Parkville 6-4.
Yeah.
Forest Hill was a threat to somebody last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
they started out undefeated for them.
One of the teams was looking like they was back doing some stuff. You see what I'm saying? So really, I mean, my God, like we was playing people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you could name about 2 or 3 games on the schedule. You could say, all right, that, but majority of the team we played. Right. You know what I'm saying? And won't play them again this year. And gonna play people again in 26. 26 year.
Yeah.
Gonna do it again that year. So it's definitely that, man. You want to kind of, you want to get your guys out. You want to expose your guys to something, and that's the situation. Also, we are having a jamboree, man. We're trying to put a jamboree together, and man, just come on, man. Join the jamboree, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to get to this point, man. I'm bullying people. The jamboree game, you ain't finna, okay. I don't have, what's elite teams, people? I don't have Cardinal was not in the jamboree.
No.
West Boca is not in the jamboree.
Atlanta's not in the jamboree.
Atlanta's not in the jamboree. I think they're going to another program for their jamboree.
We don't got Somerset.
Somerset not. They got their own jamboree, I think. So they got
Jupiter not in the jamboree.
Jupiter not in there. So what I'm saying is, like, join the jamboree. I'm not trying to set no team or none of that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to put together a nice little group of teams here. And not 3 to 4 teams. It ain't that much more than about 3 or 4 teams. Colleges, that's what they want to come to. They want to see, everybody like on one field. So I have to go to different fields to try to see. They want to see teams on one field. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes. So whenever I see the date of, like, Guardians, I have them out on the opposite day. If I see what Hannah and them doing in Park Vista, I have it on the opposite day. So I'm not going to have it on the same days. Though I think a lot of times, I want to say last year, I think a couple of times, or even before that, teams kind of like doing it at the same time. Like you got a jamboree here and a jamboree there. Like you're splitting the scouts up. Right. So I definitely want to get decided that I'm not doing it that way. So if you have yours on the Friday, I have it on the Thursday. If you have yours on the Saturday, I'm having it on Friday. So I'm not going to step on the toes of another coach that's doing the jamboree. Because at the end of the day, it's about the kids. It's about them getting looked at. It's about that. So exactly. So I want to put a jamboree together. So teams that's not in the jamboree, if you playing somebody individually, how about come do that at Palm Beach Lakes? So the 2 that's playing right now, that's watching this right now, you playing somebody right now. You 2 come play at Lakes, right? That's all I'm saying for 2 quarters. And then you'll play another team for another 2 quarters and you get up out of here. And the farther you come from, I'll try to get you early. And the teams that are kind of close around, we'll get them, we'll play them late or whatever because they're close, whatever. So come join the man, good atmosphere, man. So we're trying to make sure that we jump in that jamboree thing as well. And so we kind of join the wave of what everybody else is doing with the jamboree thing. You know what I'm saying? So that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, and I'll get you out of here on this. And I'll cut it. I won't put it post this. I'll edit this out if you don't want to edit this out. But I'm asking anyway. The other jamborees that are happening in Palm Beach County, did any other jamborees reach out to Palm Beach Lakes at all to come join the jamboree?
No.
I mean, God, dog. Like what is it?
No, it didn't reach out. No.
I'm just saying, God, dog.
No, they didn't reach out.
Man, we can't play nobody.
Yeah, they didn't reach out to us.
But again, I'll cut this off. You want?
but my, you know, because no, that's real talk though. Because at the end of the day, with me, even though that I'm trying to host it this year or stuff like that, with us playing Jamboree here at Lakes, it's still courtesy calls. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you call in school past me, like you had to get to me. You know, and then like go somewhere else. Like, oh, y'all ain't got somewhere going on, so we'll do that. But I just really think, even with me, like I give those calls, even though that the Y is a rival for us. Call Willie. Willie, you can play here. I mean, you got to play us. I know we play each other in the season, right? But can you come play in the Jamboree? You know, he was like, no, I'm kind of going to Park Vista. If anything fall through, then I come holler at y'all. That's all respect. I understand that. You had that already going, but I gave that courtesy call, even though we played them. I gave that courtesy call. You come do it here, you know, and play against another team outside of Palm Beach Lakes or whatever it may be. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, you just kind of, you know, end of the day, we trying to just set something up for kids to get looked at, because it just helps the kid when it comes to scouts, because I'm able to go to a field and see 3 or 4 guys. You see what I'm saying? And I know for a fact we got 3 or 4 guys that schools want to come and see, and they ain't got to even put out for coaching, nothing like that kind of stuff. But we got 3 or 4 guys that I know schools coming to see.
It's a spring game. So we're just trying to get our guys looked at. That's all. That's
it. So that's why the Jamboree, we having the Jamboree to get everybody. So it's not an embarrassment thing. Because I even told one of the schools, I say, man, look, I don't even think we turned the scoreboard on the spring. I don't think we did it last time. We're not going to turn the scoreboard on the spring. You know what I'm saying? So in the day, it's 2 quarters, and you can almost do it situational. One school had a mindset that he want to do situational, and guess what I told? I said, no, you can do situational. I said, I can let the ref know how you guys want to do it. You want to do like 3rd and 8 situations or goal line, whatever it may be, we could set that up for you guys to do it. Just do it here.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We can set up for you guys to do it. Just do it here. But however you want to format your spring, Jamboree, or whatever, however you want to do it, we okay with it. Just kind of, you know, just do it here. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like you can do it how you want to do it. You can say, okay, let's just do first quarter, just 7-on-7 and O-line, D-line over here getting 1-on-1s. Second quarter, we'll play. I'm okay with that. However you want to do it, man, I have no problem with that. You know, it's not about a situation of somebody puffing their chest out and saying, spring is all about evaluation. I'm not going to get nothing from spring when we play this spring, who will we play against the spring. I'm not going to get nothing from it. I don't know how the season go based on a spring game. I don't know that. So at the end of the day, I'm just trying to get the opportunity for kids to get looked at, who 26s that need that kind of look before they get into their summer thing account. Because we know how summer camp is. You know what I mean? That's just a money grab for a lot of them things, situations. So you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get kids some film.
That was going to be topic for next show. But it's just we're not even in position to be puffing our chests out. You know what I'm saying? We're not in that position. We know what we 2-8 last year. Right. We understand that.
4 year before that.
Come on, we understand. So then, maybe because I don't know.
Yeah. It's you know, we still got the thought process of previous situations and we thinking like that. But no, we and our mindset is that we trying our best to do it the right way in our county. Like, we, you know what I mean? We ain't stepping on nobody's toes. We ain't trying to take kids from nobody. We literally, you guys are watching this, how we building this program.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not even to a point like we hide anything. You guys have watched it from day one, how we building the program.
I went live in the weight room last year. You know what I'm saying?
You know, exactly.
Come on,
so you watching it from step by step how we building the program. So you know we ain't doing nothing shiesty. We ain't trying to do nothing slimy. We trying to do it the right way. And it's all respect to other programs, how they doing things and stuff like that. But it's all 5-6-1 county pride for us, man. We ain't trying to do it no other way. Now, yeah, we got a dog in the fight. We maroon and white. We lace. You know what I'm saying? That's first and foremost. But we also understand, like, it's county pride in that too. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of our vision. That's our mindset. But we doing it the right way, man. So we ain't trying to set nobody up with nothing kind of stuff. Like I said again, we doing this for the county, just like Garden's doing theirs for the county, Park Vista doing theirs for the county, and we doing the same. You know what I mean? So if you joining those programs and stuff like that, all respect to you, join those programs for the Jamboree. But if you open and you ain't got nothing out there going on, come holler at me, man. And if you guys kind of want to get in the Jamboree, you know, kind of set it up. Because right now we only pretty much got 1 or 2 teams. 1 for sure, 2 and 3 kind of on the fence. So it's primarily talking to them, actually. Because if I get them 2, then we done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it at that. Because I don't want to be me personally, I don't want to be out here on a Saturday or a Friday all day long. No, bro. I ain't finna be out here all day long doing no. No, everybody bougie, everybody water different, everybody take different, everybody nobody eat chicken for late night, everybody eat different food. I can't do it. So let me get about 14s and we good from there.
All right, man. That's the show, man. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one, man.